said, excuse me, but you don't understand where I'm at. I was all around the world, on span, cross the map. I've been laying low and now it's time to pop up, bitch, I'm back. Now I'ma run it up. Snooze on the kid that you done with what? You better go get your numbers up. Now
Greetings and salutation, everyone. Good morning, MCU Bleeding Edge. Today is a spectacular Monday report, and it's on What If Season 3, Episode 5 and 6.
Good morning. Good morning.
Well, yeah. Well,
it's morning somewhere.
Yeah, it's morning somewhere. And first off, I was referencing, if you guys haven't seen this movie, Good Morning Vietnam, great comedy drama film starring our greatest REP comedian Robert Williams. Great film. Check that out. 1987 film. That's what I was trying to do. Good morning Vietnam. Here I was saying good morning MCU Bleeding Edge, folks.
You gotcha.
A nice little twist to it.
Exactly. So anyway, as you guys know, today it's Monday, so we're back again to do a review on What If Season 3. Of course, we're going to discuss Episode 5 and 6. Tonight we have a couple of guests. Hopefully they can make it, but we have one here. Let me introduce him. He's the man, the myth, the original author of The Time Lord. He's the man that gave me my name. And this is Raymond, aka Mr. Booze and Chill. Hello, sir. How you doing?
Pretty good. Here, just finally back. Has been a while since I've been here. Just missed opportunities. Stuff gets in the way,
It's been so long since you've been back that it might have been season 2 of What If since the last time you were on here, I think.
Oh yeah,
possibly a little longer. I want to say, but
yeah,
glad to be back. I'm gonna babysit the shit out of this wild turkey whiskey while we do this thing, man.
Oh man, drinking wild turkey.
Wow. Yes. Well, Mr. Booster Chill, it's great to see you again. Check out his channel, folks. He's great. I'm making really great, these mix of drinks that I heard was really great. I actually been to his show one time. It was for the Beer Juice, like theories and, theories and fan stuff that we were kind of discussing before the sequel came out last year. But anyway, look, we got one person here who is true knowledge, and that's Jeff. Jeff, how you doing, brother?
I'm as true knowledge as I possibly can be on Monday 1/13/2025. January is going by very quickly.
For real.
Which really sucks down here in some fucking Southwest Florida because it's so hot that the winter months just fly right by, and it's the only time of the year where it's not killer heat. Yeah, it's good to see Raymond back on the MCU's Bleeding Edge. We missed you on here, brother. We like to see you rotationally, every so many months or whatever, popping by. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we've got some good stuff coming up to cover in the next couple of months. So hopefully we'll be able to get you to come back when Daredevil comes out.
That's right. I forgot about that.
And The Last of Us Season 2 is coming out too. That's coming out, and Andor is coming out.
Okay.
All around the same time. Yeah, all around the same time.
That's too much. That's too much. But I think I'm leaning towards more Daredevil because I was a huge fan of what they did in the first season on Netflix, or when it came out on Netflix. And I'm wondering what Disney is gonna do, and I hope they don't mess it up. Because I heard some things about the CEO of Disney Plus having issues with Ryan, and they were going at it, and they're still going at it. And I hope that doesn't happen to Daredevil, because like I said, the Netflix version was just fucking on point.
I think Daredevil will be put in that category that Echo was put in. You remember Andres? How they have they have that new category for R-rated content or whatever on Disney Plus.
Okay.
Special presentation or something like that.
I don't know, something like that. They have a new category now for for their R-rated type content.
For rotten kids. That's what that means.
That's where Daredevil will go. It'll be in that category, I think. I'm actually honestly, I don't see how you can fuck up Daredevil. Like they brought back all the same people from the show, basically, right?
Yeah.
Like except for the ones that were dead. You know what I mean? And they got the Punisher to come back too to be a Daredevil, right? That's going to be good. Everybody likes the Punisher, right? Although I've never seen the Netflix Punisher show. I never have to this day, unfortunately.
Whoops, my bad.
Oh, I thought you were I thought you were like giving me shit for not watching the Punisher. But I'm more geeked out on Andor season 2, just because Andor was so good the first season. So I'm really excited for Andor season 2. Like I think Daredevil's like a given. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of a layup. Like I don't see how they can fuck it up really. They already did reshoots and everything and all that on it. Like when it wasn't going well or whatever, they went back and scrapped a lot of shit, and tossed it out, and redid it, and all that. So I'm pretty sure that they probably got it figured out. But Andre's pop culture guy, sir. How are you, sir? How's your evening going and your January going?
Pretty good. It was a fun weekend. I had some bowling with my friends, and hopefully tomorrow, I don't know if this is going to be true, but hopefully I can see Nosferatu tomorrow with my friends.
Oh,
so
that'd be good.
Yeah, but I can also officially say this is true. Next Sunday, I am going to see the Wolfman early in the morning, so that's going to be exciting to see.
What? That's out already?
It's coming out this week, Friday.
I gotta make plans.
Nosferatu is really good. I really enjoyed it. It's really, really well paced. I saw it on Saturday night, and I saw the advertisement for Captain America 4 at the theater. They had the big cardboard cut out advertisement. With Red Hulk, Red Hulk or whatever, like punching Sam's shield or some shit like that.
Oh my god, that is so cool. I wish they just kept the one with him holding the shield, just like the hands. Like that was a really cool image.
I don't really see how Sam Wilson is going to fight Red Hulk. You know what I'm saying? Like one-on-one. You know what I mean? Like
I thought the same shit too. I'm like, he stands no chance, man.
Like he's got no he doesn't have the super soldier serum. You know what I'm saying? Like all he's got is his shield and his wings. And Red Hulk
flesh and balls. It's flesh and balls.
From what they've depicted so far in the trailers, Red Hulk is like the size of old Hulk. Like Hulk before Hulk got all pussified or whatever. That's how big Red Hulk is. He's big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, we'll see. I apparently his new suit is gonna be made out of adamantium, the Wolverine metal. I don't know. I don't know if that's gonna be true. His whole suit is gonna be adamantium.
I don't know if I believe that.
I don't know. So that's what I heard in the rumors, Bill. But speaking of Captain America 4, let's transition to this before we get our other panelists to get here before we discuss the episodes. What you guys so far level of excitement for Captain America 4 right now? And is it your most anticipated film of 2025? Is this going to be your favorite film not favorite film, but is it your number one superhero film of 2025, or is there other ones that you're more excited about? Starting with you, Raymond. Let's go from there. Are you excited for Captain America 4?
I'm mostly, I think, like you said, I'm psyched to see the new suit. I didn't hear about what you said. That new, what was it? The titanium or whatever it was?
Yeah, adamantium. I'm sorry.
Oh, is adamantium? I would have believed that, but then you said something else. I'm like, okay, that's new. All right. Disney's throwing a curveball on us, but no, I'm excited to see what the new suit can do. There's the wings. I love the wings that they added. The colors are pretty sick. It really makes them pop. And what else? And everyone is going for this movie to see the Red Hulk. That's really it. Fucking what's his face? Harrison Ford as the Red Hulk. Come on. That's why I'm going mostly. And of course to see the suit. Anything else is just whatever. That's what I'm mostly psyched for.
Oh, Very honest, very true. Jeff, I like your honesty. I mean, it's very true. I mean, I'm a Hulk fan, so I'm like excited for the
Yeah,
Hulk. So I'm with you,
exactly.
Raven. Jeff, what's your excitement for Captain America 4, sir? I think you're like the one that is the most excited for Captain America 4.
Well, I really
the
like I like Captain America. Captain America is my favorite. It's always been my favorite MCU character. You know, like the Chris Evans Captain America. You know, and so and looking back in retrospect, even though like when we reviewed it back then, I kind of like poo-pooed some of the episodes here and there. I really like the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. You know what I'm saying? Like looking back at it in retrospect, you know, like I haven't rewatched it in a long time, but I remember watching it when it came out and I liked it. You know, like I thought it was good. You know what I'm saying? I like Sam Wilson as Captain America. You know, like I like that's why I have the poster and all that shit in my room. You know what I mean? Like I like it. I like the whole vibe of like having to like, you know, take over the shield from somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Pass the torch, you know, to somebody else, you know, to become Captain America. You know what I mean? And this is kind of like, Anthony Mackie's opportunity to like, you know, shine on his own in his own film. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and it just happens to also be a Captain America film. You know, the fourth Captain America film that's already been a franchise that's made $1 billion. You know, off one of the films before in the past. So I think that Captain America brand name is going to carry a lot of weight in the box office. You know, when it comes to people, you know, wanting to go pay to see the film. When you see Captain America, you know, people are going to want to pay to go see it. I think. How many people? I don't know. I think that like most movies, right? Word of mouth, like right off the bat, off those first couple showings in that first week that it comes out, the word of mouth of how it is will really carry like how the film will do box office wise. You know what I'm saying? But as far as the movies that are coming out in 2025, I think that we're blessed as MCU fans to have 3 movies coming out. And I think that probably out of the 3, the one that I think that, like I said before already on last show or whatever, that I think has the most potential, sort of like the dark horse candidate out of the 3 is the Thunderbolts. Yeah. I think the Thunderbolts could be really, really good. You know, it just depends. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know,
I really hope they don't fuck that one up, man.
It can be really good, you know, because like it's going to have low expectations compared to the Fantastic Four and Captain America 4.
Or
the
Superman.
Expectations, for the Thunderbolts are going to be low. So, that's why I think it could be like a real dark horse candidate. But like I've already also said, I'm kind of pessimistic about the Fantastic Four film a little bit, just because I think it's tough to do the Fantastic Four. You know, in cinematically, I think it's tough.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think, I mean, it's kind of tough because you got the Incredibles that are like so much like what I imagine the Fantastic Four are, and you know, this is going to be like the 4th or 5th time we're seeing these characters be adapted again, and hopefully they be successful. You know, I'm excited for the cast of Fantastic Four. Like, I mean, they have a really great cast for this film. But yeah, I'm like you, Jeff. I'm very kind of like, I'm a little hesitant to like, you know, put that as my top ranking excitement for 2025. Thunderbolts is my favorite, like, excitement because I think that's like it's finally a proper MCU film that all of us can enjoy. It's trying, like, first off, it's going to pay up a lot of interconnected storylines that we've been seeing throughout phase 4 and 5, and we're seeing characters that we have seen previously, and like ones that are new, we're going to see them again, like John Walker from Falcon and Winter Soldier, as Jeff brought up before, after 2 years, and Ghost from Ant-Man and Wasp, and of course Florence Pugh, who's going to be the main leader. I mean, this is going to be her 3rd time playing the character after Black Widow, and of course her her appearance in Hawkeye. So I feel like that's the movie that I think I agree with you, Jeff. It's going to be the dark horse and be the one that's going to be the most successful this year because it's something that it just checks the box in terms of MCU film. Plus, it has been less less consequential than some of the ones we have this year, like Captain America and Fantastic Four. You know, like Captain America has so many of those reshoots, which we're not going to get into, but like so many of those like rumored reshoots and all that. People are worried about that, how that's going to make, you know, the product at the end going to be either good or bad. You know, we have to see next month. And then Fantastic Four, you know, I'm excited for it, but I'm a little curious about the creative decisions they made. Like the Silver Surfer is going to be a lady instead of the, you know, Norman Reed character. That's kind of, and then of course it's going to be its own self-contained multiverse thing. You know, instead of being part of the, you know, the 616.
Yeah. It's gonna be in its own dimension or whatever, or some shit like that. Raymond, you loosely follow the MCU. You follow the MCU, and you see all the trailers and shit like that, don't you? On Booze and Chill.
Yes, I do.
That's what I thought. So like, you get where we're going with like the Fantastic Four. You know, like I'm sure you probably have opinions on, you know, on the other films. What do you think? Like, you think about the Thunderbolts and the Fantastic Four?
I am a fan of the Thunderbolts, so I'm pretty psyched for that. I can't wait to see what it is that they do with these characters. Like Time Lord said, a lot of interconnections are going to be happening. Dots are going to be connected, and I'm just psyched for just mostly the action that's going to be happening because these characters, I mean, they're the Suicide Squad of the Marvel Universe, and that's just super sick to see them finally come together. I just wish that we could have gotten we're getting the Red Hulk, and Red Hulk at some point was part of that group, so I'm hoping to see that happen real soon. And Cyber,
Hola.
run, Cyber.
Well,
I heard that weird bloop button that StreamYard makes when somebody comes into the studio or whatever. And I was on another page. I was like, what was that?
But yeah, I'm psyched for that. And as far as, and you mentioned they're gonna turn the Silver Surfer into a chick, dude.
yeah, it's Norman Reed's wife that's going to be the herald of the Galactus. By the way, Galactus is the main villain, which is cool for this version of Fantastic Four. We need to see, like, again, this. I think Fantastic Four is going to be an integral part of the multiverse saga, you know. But the next Avengers movies, I mean, that's what's going on.
Damn, when you said that, I was like, that blew my mind. Like, why are they gonna do that? No.
Yeah, I know it's crazy, but I mean, we're getting Secret Wars. I don't know if they're gonna.
It is comic book accurate though. Like there is a female Silver Surfer in the comics.
Yes.
You know, so like at least there is some kind of basis for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And by the way, that is very true. And like, and she was a Silver Surfer at one point in the comics, the wife. But yeah, I agree. Raymond, you brought up was it Red Hulk in Thunderbolts? If this movie is successful, I can see this version of Red Hulk going into the sequel. And if you know the series can be good and kick off a new franchise. Same thing with Simo. I don't want to forget about Simo, but like Simo is also in the Thunderbolts, and I want to see that character again. And I think this franchise could be good to see him again. Yeah, Cyber, half shark, half robotic, cybernetic person. How you doing, sir?
I'm good, sir. How are you?
That you're Andres, I'm telling you, your quips sometimes, sir, are very impressive.
Well, I think I was like, I need to do something with Cyber. I'm like, okay, he has cybernetic. That's his, you know, is like alias for YouTube. I'm like half shark, half AI / cybernetic. But you know, this man told me cybernetic enhanced person. So I was like, okay, and that's what I got. That's what I get. So I'm happy to hear that you liked it. Anyway, let's get into the show. What if?
Very well done.
Yes, thank you, Roman. Let's get into What If episode 5. Let's get into it. Let's start doing the I guess the summary, and then I'll stop and ask you guys how what you thought about it. Oh, let's before we do that, let me start with you, Raymond. What you thought about episode 5 in general, and then tell me what you thought about this episode, sir.
I thought it was a nice twist to what's her face, Ironheart Riri.
Yeah,
Very very sick twist that they did with her. Very apocalyptic, and she's just like quite literally like Earth's last resort after it being exploded, or what would you call it, imploded, because the freaking
Celestial baby.
just came out from within. But anyways, yeah, I love that, and I loved how the entire story all came together. The villain, though, I was not expecting the villain, and then when they revealed him, I was like, damn, like he's gotten this far, he's gotten this powerful, his tech is literally unstoppable, and just, I don't know, this one was probably my favorite one out of the two that we're gonna talk about, story wise.
Awesome. Saber, what do you thought about episode 5, sir? Your thoughts?
Overall, I think it was the weakest of the two. I thought that it was interesting, that they wanted to take like the Eternals kind of message and mix it with Ironheart's message, which I thought was kind of interesting and different. And so I was like kind of shocked by that a little bit. And but overall, I think that the episode itself, it was very, I felt incomplete, inconsistent, very hard to follow. It didn't like make too much sense. The characters did not embody the characters we are familiar with from Marvel. So I was a little sad by that, a little taken back in the episode from that. So I'd have to say overall, yeah, definitely the weakest of the two, I feel.
No, I understand. Yeah, after Jeff, I'll explain, this crazy thing. Jeff, what you thought about episode 5? You like it, dislike it?
I thought very much like I watched it. I'm echoing somewhere, like on somebody's head, but I can hear myself. But either way, I felt like I tried to put myself in the audience's shoes. That killed the echo. Whoever just did that. I kind of like tried. Thank you, Raymond. Like I tried to kind of like look at. I try to watch this Marvel Disney Plus stuff sometimes. From like a layman's MCU fan point of view, like just a regular person just being introduced to the MCU, and I'm thinking to myself with episode 5, like, wow, like you really have to have watched like some obscure MCU shit to even know what's going on. Like Cyber said, like make sense of what's even happening. You know what I'm saying? Like, but from the beginning of the episode to the end of the episode, I did not understand what was like. What was their Earth like ruptured into like fragments or some shit, and they were like living on the fragments that were left of the Earth? Is that what they were like doing?
I mean, I guess so. Yeah. Well, first of
was Earth all broke up into pieces and shit or whatever, and they were just like living off the pieces of like the Earth?
Basically, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's going down, right? Okay. But I'm just saying, like, that was it was kind of complicated like that. You know what I mean? Okay. You had to watch the Eternals, right, to even understand like basically what they're talking about. So from a mass audience standpoint, from like a general audience standpoint, they throw a lot at you in this episode. The worst part about echoing is that you could actually hear your voice. So I can hear
should I just keep it?
No, I can handle it. I can handle some echo, baby. But
I'm sorry,
overall,
that would be my children.
Overall, I liked episode 5 better than episode 6. I find it interesting the characters that they're picking for this season of What If. Like, it seems like they're really like pumping a lot of characters that we're going to see like soon, like Red Guardian and the Thunderbolts, Bucky, now Riri Williams, right, with Ironheart coming out later this year, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm still not really sure what my take is on Riri Williams, but it was also kind of weird that they threw White Vision in the mix in there. Like, where did White Vision come from? Like out of nowhere. There's White Vision. There was no explanation or.
Yeah, I feel like we should have the Vision Quest now because remember, Ironheart's supposed to come out before season 3 was supposed to come out, and I feel like I want to get into my criticism. I agree with you guys what you're saying about this episode like being the weakest. I think it's the most. I like this episode because it feels like the most what if. But as you're saying, Jeff,
what if. It's very what if. You're right.
Yeah.
It's a very what if kind of episode. As far as like how out there it is, the whole deal with it, like Cyber said too.
Yeah.
But like at the same time though, it's then the Watcher getting involved and everything. Like I don't know.
Yeah, we'll get into that. Yeah, I know. That was very weird. I promised that too. Yeah, it's definitely the most what if, but at the same time, the thing, first off, we have to blame the writer's strike. If we have Ironheart and then, of course, what was I saying? Vision Quest and some of the projects before this season, I think this episode could have been better. But here's the thing. We don't have Ironheart until June. And we don't know when Vision Quest is going to release. We don't know these characters, and so it's just really weird.
Ironheart could be garbage, sir.
I know.
Be clear, it can be hot garbage. So, like, let's put that out there. So I don't know how that would really help.
Well, I don't think it's going to help people to know who was Ironheart. I mean, it's been.
Who's Ironheart? Yeah, the only reason you would know is if you saw Wakanda Forever.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I meant. And same thing with Vision Quest.
You read the comics recently, and you know for the comics.
Yeah, exactly. Like all of us know who Ironheart is if we read the comics and blah blah blah. That. But if you're like a Nobi who's not into these pop culture things, it is going to be confusing for you see this episode. And so
the villain was confusing. It's like who the fuck, you know what I'm saying? Like again, you wouldn't know like who is Quentin Beck or whatever the fuck? Like, okay, you know what I mean? Like, that's obscure, Yeah,
I was kind of happy to see Mysterio. I love Mysterio as a villain from Spider-Man comics, and I was kind of surprised they used him. Because of the rights. I don't know, like if they were allowed to, but anyway, let's get into this episode. So speaking of the Watcher, like we get the usual thing of the Watcher, comment about multiverse thing and. Etc. And then we get into this episode about Ironheart, of course, Riri Williams from Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Trans into the main premise. So Earth, we see the actual emergence of the Celestial from the Eternals. If everyone hasn't seen the 2021 film, these were a bunch of like enhanced people from space trying to stop this birth of a new alien inside of Earth's core. They stop it, but we see in this episode, what if that the emergence destroyed the Earth? And we do see that here. And so the Watchers kind of tell us, what's his name? The Watcher, something like that. The Watcher kind of explained that after the emergence of the Celestial baby in the core comes out, we see like two fractions happen. We have the Avengers here trying to, face off Mysterio, a Spider-Man villain from his collective Rose Gallery, and the main villain for the MCU film Spider-Man Far From Home, the second film that was released in 2019. So he's our main villain here, where he has kind of control of a lot of the Ultron bots. He has control White Vision. Shockingly, I seen this episode. They didn't explain how. So Quentin Beck took over a lot of Stark Industries stuff. So he created like a lot of army drones called the ACER Federation, and kind of like subjugated the survivors in this new world order. So we cut into the present day. We kind of see our main, pretty much our main protagonist of this episode, Ironheart, like doing some surveillance here on this Earth here. Like she's looking at this warehouse and she's kind of like checking out this like whole phrase Rushville, and then she goes to this abandoned bar, and then she finds a person, and it's shockingly Shannon Carter. We got Shannon Carter here, aka the pirate broker in this universe. They don't specifically say pirate broker, so it's just Sharon Carter. The two are like making exchange here. So Sharon acquired really a easy bake oven. We don't know why, for like some tech thing, and completely unenergetic one. And Reed asks if Sharon could get her more of these for some like invention. And Sharon asks if it's true she's using the device to build a weapon. And Curse, and Ironheart casually denies the rumor. And Sharon warns her that the Federation wants to get their hands on her, and it'll be over when they do. And so Reed actively destroyed their convoys. There's no no loss between these two. So despite the warning her about the Federation rival, Sharon portrays Ruby with the Federation, and so we see a bunch of like android bots attacking her in this like building, and so each of them. But here's the twist here, and this is where I really like this episode here, was you didn't know which of these robots are like fake or real. That was really cool to see. Like,
yeah, that part was interesting, dude.
Yeah, so it was really cool to see that. Typical Mysterio. You don't know whether it's real or not. So that was really nice. And so like she was trying to fire off her like repulsive technology and like blast them and see if they were real or not. So she tries to get out of there. So she was able to get out of the roof of the hotel, but the sentinels of these like bots kind of trouble her, led by Light Vision. When I saw that, I was like, whoa. I mean, I was like, oh my god, Jeff, White Vision penis has returned, and now we can make the joke. and like, I was like, yes. And so I was like, oh my god, this is gonna be the best episode ever in my mind. And it was like, I was like, wow, okay, this episode is really cool. And he's doing like almost like this like horror thing. He's like, very quiet. Like, first off, he doesn't talk in this episode, so it was really cool. Like, he was really a framed villain. So, but however, some approaching gunfire hits on them, and we see the resistance here, led by so the first one from Shang-Chi, Michelle Yeoh's character Yin Din from Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, but she's not voiced by Michelle Yeoh. It's voiced by Michelle Wan. And then with the other survivors, it was with Wan, Valkyrie, and Okoye. And so they rescue her, and let me stop there. And so Riri was saved by them. So Raymond, let me kind of talk to you about this beginning. So up to the beginning, up to Riri being rescued by the Resistance. What you thought about that section?
You mentioned the robots being fake or not. I can hear the echoes of like, what are they called, the alpha generations or whatever, because Riri's character is just kind of like coming at attacking these robots, going fake, 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 and my nieces, that's kind of like a thing now. They use the word fake for people who like are like liars or whatever. So I'm just picturing a bunch of young kids watching this going like, oh, that is so funny, because then to them that's like, oh, that's slang for us. So it's definitely hitting a very young generation, so that's pretty clever. Also at this point, I can't remember if this is where they introduced White Vision at this point, or was that way later? Right.
No,
okay.
It's up to the roof. Yeah, we see him right there.
That's right. So I like we never heard anything from the guy. We like, he just kind of disappeared after, what was it, WandaVision?
Yeah, WandaVision.
it's like, okay, like they just saved him up for a Marvel animation. So I guess, I mean, it works, I guess, because like again, they just left it at that. They just never did anything with the character, and I'm glad they brought it back. I wasn't expecting for him to come back in this way, but I don't want to get too far ahead. But I kind of, sort of, liked a little bit, kind of, sort of, that he was not in control, which just makes things very interesting for the protagonists and or the heroes. So that just kind of like he was the big guns for the Avengers, and to kind of reverse that just made things a lot more interesting. And I mean that's really got to say as far as that part goes. I don't want to get too far ahead.
Okay. Oh no worries, no Raven. I like what you brought up. Yeah. I was kind of shocked they brought Vision back here. I mean,
Yep.
I mean, as you know, so I brought up, you know, that we were supposed to have the show around 2026, and so it's weird that they brought him here in this episode, which it makes sense. Like, you know, like if you haven't seen Age of Ultron, like he was created by Stark, but I did have a lot of questions, like when did Stark Industry have Vision? But whatever. Jeff, you know, let me ask you, what's your thoughts from the beginning when the Watcher explains the premise of this episode up to, you know, Riri being rescued by the Resistance? Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's a complicated, you know, overall storyline, I guess you could say, or you know, what if, you know, to throw at you, you know what I mean? They decided to blend some interesting Marvel stuff together, which I give them credit for that. Like that I liked. I liked the injection of the Eternals with Riri, with the Falcon and the Winter Soldier characters. You know what I'm saying? Like you know, White Vision from WandaVision. I like the Phase 4 MCU, like, you know, get together or whatever, you know, and then you throw in Mysterio too. You know, that's very interesting. But again, for me, I'm still what if with Riri's character. I wasn't taken to her really in Wakanda Forever, so I'm a little dubious about how her show's going to go. And I'm just surprised by some of these decisions they're making with who's in these episodes. Like, you know, these characters that they're picking. It's really surprising to me in a way, I guess. You know, in comparison to previous seasons of What If that we've already watched. But I will say that overall, like, I thought the episode 5 and 6 were a better quality as far as like 2 episodes in a row were compared to like 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Like I felt like 5 and 6 were better episodes, like stronger than the first 4 we saw. You know, not that I want to leap ahead that far, but I'm just saying. Yeah, you know, I guess the whole what if concept works well for this episode, and you know, Riri's okay in it. I don't mind it. I really don't know why they brought Sharon Stone back. Sharon Stone. I don't know why they brought Sharon Carter back. Just because, like, she's not going to be in Captain America 4. You know what I'm saying? So, like, why even, like, tease us like that? You know? Like, that, I don't like that. And then bring White Vision in. Like, where is White Vision? Like, what's up with all these loose ends in the MCU? Like, White Vision. Like, when, you know what I'm saying? Like, when are they going to bring White Vision back in something? You know? Like, come on, bro. Come on, Kevin Feige.
I mean, we know he's getting his own show.
No, the Vision. That's going to be the hit. The Vision show is going to be White Vision.
Yeah, I mean that's
okay.
It's going to be focused on that. That's why he's here.
It's a good thing that he's got his penis. Then he's fully intact and everything with his penis.
Exactly. That's why he's called White Vision Penis, because we call him that.
They never would have been able to give him his entire show if he didn't have his penis.
Can you remind me as to why we call him that again?
Jeff, you explain it. You're the one that started it.
I would assume.
Yes. Well, because we're reviewing WandaVision. We were doing recaps before what movie? I don't know what. And he had this cheese theme here, and then then he started to flip it in a very sexual gesture, and I was like, "What the hell?"
I already know what there's.
Raven, you saw the clip, Raven. You've seen it.
Yeah, you have to see the clip. It's so funny. I just lost my shit. I was like, "What the hell were you doing?" We're talking about deep, thoughtful, commentary on this episode, whatever we were talking about, and he just went out there with sexual jokes about white finished penis. I think
it became a recurring theme for a while.
Yes, thank you, Saber. Yeah, it became a thing over, I don't know how many years now. I mean, it was crazy. It was fun.
I can appreciate a good sex joke, man, as much as the next guy.
No, I bravoed Mr. Jeff here because it was the greatest joke of all time.
Raven knows he's seen it before. He was on the show and I played the video in front of him. He saw it.
Yeah, it was there in the show. Hopefully, if you were there. All right, Saber. I hope you're enjoying your Applebee, sir. I hope you don't mind. What's your thoughts on the beginning up to Riri being rescued by the Avengers Resistance?
Are you gonna finish that?
Yes, I plan on it. Anyways, I mean, the beginning of this episode, I really wasn't digging it too much. I've come to kind of think about Riri, as I like to call her, not Rai, whatever they were calling her. I'm looking to see where that character develops, and with what little we got in Wakanda Forever, I'm not too thrilled about the character. I just think she's anything that great so far. So seeing her kind of be the main character in this, I was kind of like, but basically, the whole convergence actually happening, that was an interesting take. If actually Tep and Tut actually came out of the earth, unlike what happened to him in the actual Eternals. I thought that was a cool concept, the exploding of the world. And I was like the same thing with Jeff. I like when they showed them living on rock and shit, I was like, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, where are they living? Is that still supposed to be Earth? I'm like, I'm confused to tell too. I'm like, what the hell's going on here? I'm like, I don't get this. Why does Beck have this army on Earth when Earth supposedly was destroyed? I was kind of like going, okay, this is not really making sense. But of course, how the episode starts off, of course, always with the Watcher giving kind of a prelude to the episode. That's always great because Jeffrey Wright is such an awesome voiceover artist. I absolutely love listening to him talk. I can listen to him for hours on end. He just is so good. And he does such a great job with the Watcher. And I appreciate his, kind of what he does. And he gives us a really good interpretation, I think, of what the Watcher would be like. Even though we haven't seen him in actual live action form yet, or, if you're familiar with the comics at all, you probably, if you were a writer of comics or a reader of comics, I should say, you probably had like kind of a distinct voice in your head every time you listen to or reading a Watcher magazine, when he was in it, and you kind of have a distinct voice. And I feel like that would be Jeffrey Wright. I think he is that voice. So I think, that is really great about each episode anyways, as we get that kind of introduction to his character, which I think it was a really strong start on this episode particularly. But like kind of intermixing so many films into one episode is definitely, I get it, what if, but at the same time, you take out certain things that would be considered lucrative to an extent in the presence of the films, that you think would be very entertaining to the audience. And yet I didn't feel like, taking the ship from Love and Thunder with, of course, Miss Falker herself, Valkyrie. and stuff like that. I thought that was kind of interesting. Decided to take that whole step and put it into the episode. And then, of course, bringing in all these other characters, I was kind of like, at first I was looking at them going, who the hell are they? And so as I'm looking at them, I'm like, okay, that's that one, that one's that one, that one. And then Michelle Yeoh's character from Shang-Chi, I would have never guessed that was her unless I looked it up. I had no clue that was her because she's in tactical gear like she's a freaking working for S.H.I.E.L.D. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, why is she in tactical gear? I don't get this. So definitely not the strongest start I feel for an episode. Like I said, I just wasn't really into the episode right off the gate. Even when all those characters came in, Wong and, Aoki and all of them and stuff like that. Yeah, that kind of brought it up a little bit for me, especially because Wong popped up. But the thing I disliked the most about this is none of these people were the actual voiceover artists from the films, which really upset me. I was like, why did nobody return to do their voice? I don't get this. So overall, a very weak start to this episode.
I just want to reinforce that I also had no fucking idea who some of those characters were. The Rebellion team or whatever the fuck they were or whatever. Same. I had no idea who the fuck they were.
Yeah, no, I agreed. Well, not only that, but it was like, these are the people that survive. Like, you think it'll be like Hulk or like some other hero we know, like maybe Wanda.
The same fucking thing. I'm like, what the fuck?
yeah. And it's like, it's so weird. It's like, why do we have these guys here? Like, I mean, Valkyrie. I mean, look, Valkyrie makes a lot of sense.
Who was that butch white chick that was like the leader of the resistance or whatever? Who the fuck was that?
I don't know. She's supposed to be in.
You son of a bitch! He caught me off guard.
Yeah. I mean, no. By the way,
I'm glad I wasn't sipping on the whiskey at that time. I swear it would come up my nose. It would burn like a motherfucker.
Who was that bitch? I'm still trying to figure it out.
Apparently, it was Sharon Stone.
Yeah, Sharon Stone. Yeah, Sharon Stone. My God. You know what was annoying? Because out of those Avengers survival, Tessa Thomas, who does play Valkyrie, like did voice her, so
hard.
It was
very hard.
Yeah, so it was weird. They couldn't bring the other actors. I don't know. It was just weird. Anyway, I thought the lineup was weird. It's the same thing with episode 1. I hate that they don't like pick very good members of these like versions of the Avengers. It's like you don't need many, and don't pick these random people that no one knows.
I think that's the whole point of What If, really. It's just like keeping it very interesting that way.
I know, but like at least pick a supporting character that I know. Like at least for War Machine in this episode. Like I like War Machine. And
I mean, you could blame the MCU, blame Marvel Studios for for Phase 4 where they blasted the populace with 5 Disney Plus series in 1 year and like 4 movies or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I get it.
That's what they're working off of right now in What If.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Phase 5 too, because we do have a couple of Phase 5 here, but whatever.
I think it's like a process of elimination. They're just kind of throwing out just random ideas, see just kind of what works.
Yeah.
I think that's what they're doing.
It's just, when it comes down to it, my last word will be that for Disney Plus, if they're trying to sell, these Marvel, series or whatever to try to get people to buy more subscriptions or whatever to Disney Plus off of it, right? Off of this content. If you're not locked into the MCU zeitgeist, right? Like you don't know who the fuck any of these people are in these episodes, or like what's going on. You have no idea if you're not locked in. That's the only problem. That one thing I have to say about What If, it's not a good vehicle, right? To convey to your mass audience type participant that's just going to take it in and be like, okay, this is Marvel. That's all.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agreed, and now I'm very hungry because I saw the burger now, just Cyber. Anyway. Oh my god, what are you doing?
No
Don't
fucking shame. He just
that was-
stuffed it on.
that was the first
Fuck
burger
you
ever,
all.
Andre, that was the first burger you ever saw with all your time traveling?
No. I've been eating live stream before, folks, and I seen burgers, but I'm just looking at Cyber the burger. I'm like, oh,
It's the way he devoured it that makes you
Yeah.
crave it even more.
yeah. He's suggesting me now.
It's like watching a Dragon Ball Z episode. You know when they eat? You ever seen those fuckers eat? They make you want it. They get you
It
hungry.
doesn't
They
e-
make you want to eat. That's
it
what he's
doesn't
doing.
even
He's
faze
still
me.
doing it.
It doesn't faze me. I don't even pay attention to what Cyber eats. I don't even notice
Yeah.
it.
And anyway, well, good for you, Jeff. I'm happy you're not distracted at all with food or alcohol beverage. I'm proud of you. You're being the better man than me. Anyway, let's get back to doing this.
Cheers to you,
review.
Cyber.
Yes, cheers to Saber. I got my water here. Cheers. No Gatorade here, folks. Anyway, let's get back to the episode here. So, after being rescued by the Avengers Resistance, I don't know what their name is, Resistance, whatever. They're a bunch of these weird heroes that we have seen in MCU, but we don't care about them. No offense. They want to recruit Riri because she has the weapon that they need to stop Quentin Beck, aka Mysterio, the Master of Illusions, and they want her to join him, but Riri is reluctant to trust anyone because in this episode she has seen so many tragedies, very soap opera, like she lost a lot of people, friends, family.
She saw Wakanda Forever herself in the theater.
No, oh crap. She didn't see Wakanda Forever. That's this episode, but maybe it could happen. But anyway, so she's seen Wakanda Forever, because I don't hate Wakanda Forever, but a lot of you guys hate it. So she hated the movie as well as you guys, and so she's traumatized about Wakanda Forever. So she doesn't want to join. She doesn't want to join them. To prove her point, the resistance, to prove her point about hope and courage and join them, they take her to this headquarters and literally say, "We're taking you to our broken down ship," and they literally did that. And so
Our broken
really,
down piece of the world.
yeah, that was weird. And look, I don't want to stick. I mean, I know Jeff and Cyber brought this up. I did kind of question it now. I was like, oh yeah, how the hell they're even surviving, and also how they're breathing outside of the Earth, is one or some special sorcerer
For real, what's up with the atmosphere? Why was shit just flying around and everything, in the air?
And what is weird is you have the moon, the moon that's next to Earth. You can literally colonize people there, and why you're staying on Earth? That doesn't make sense. It's anyway.
Unless the entire time they were just under Mysterio's visions the entire time.
Ooh, that's a point.
Oh.
Ooh. Yeah. This is not real. This is the Matrix. It's we're in the Matrix now, folks. I'm this is not real. This is all fake.
I want Mysterio to create me a threesome for later, for after the show.
I want him to erase my memories and Batman Robin, Superman 4, or Bad Force Stick didn't happen. None of those.
Very simple thing. Very simple thing.
Yeah, simple thing. So anyway, Riri sees what's left of the Lions. That's their name, the Lions. Ugh, horrible name. Which is barely more than a room full of people, And before they take her down to the lab, they want her to build the weapon to take down Vision, aka White Vision penis. Yeah, big dick. I mean, he does have a big, private
persona. He has a big
persona. Yeah, he has a big persona that is very, dickish. So really accepts, the
very KKK vibes.
Yeah, that is true. He is white. I think they should change his color to be white and black, so it doesn't create this racism.
That's what I got.
Yeah, no, thank you for pointing out.
Doesn't help that Riri's
Yeah, I
You
know.
can't take white. You can't take his idea. You can't take away his identity like that. He's white
Yeah,
vision, motherfucker. You
yes.
know what I'm saying?
Anyways,
See, that's why we call him penis, so that we don't, reveal his racist, persona of the
hmm
KKK folks.
got it.
So yeah. So that's where we're
And for
protecting
the
our
folks
court.
that are listening and watching who don't know, just,
Yeah. This
hush,
is all
hush,
touch
hush.
secret. Yeah, hush. Anyway, so Remy goes, get ready to do this weapon thing, like that's like I don't know, ultramagnetic or something like that to kind of like disable vision, because he's a high tech nano being or something like that. So Reed tells them but first off, Vision is on the ship now. Like he does arrive because we see like a brief scene of Mysterio sending Vision to attack the Alliance. So he does, and like he does. Like first off, speaking of horror movie, this was very creepy. Let's just see him like gunning down like these people. By the way, this episode and when we get into episode 6, very violent. I do appreciate like they're not like shying away with the violence, so I kind of appreciate that we got some like at least like some horror, action vibes. So at least I appreciate that. So like you see him being very powerful. So at least like we see that and like it's really scary. And Ruby tells them that we need 12 hours to put the weapon together. But then Juan here tells her that she got like 7.5 minutes to do it. I'm like, what the hell, Juan? Like, you should have told her, before she goes to the shit to build this damn
No
thing.
pressure.
Yeah, no pressure. And so, and yeah, so, and like they're allowing Vision, like literally creeping through the walls, which is very creepy. Like, vibrating through the walls and killing everyone that comes across him, which was very brutal. And like he goes to the floors until he kind of reaches to the lab. And this is where we get like another great action scene where like Juan puts a spell for him not to go through the wall to like get to Riri. And it's a good scene, seeing Juan, Koei, and Bakri to fight him. But I mean, Vision is powerful. He gets on the upper hand of all of them, and the spell is like turned down. So he enters to the lab, despite was it murmuring about the impossibility of it, the weapon, defecting Vision. Really managed to, couple some of the weapon together, fires it at Vision, and successfully did it. So the first shot peers out, but the second one works. And so like the whole Alliance are, still alive. The enter to find Division is dead. And Riri is like, successful. So yeah, they won this small battle and restored this tiny bit of hope they have here now. They're far from winning the war, so they trying to reveal a plan to like maybe use Vision and try to like be back and try to relocate back as possible. So let me stop there. Let me start with you, Jeff. What you thought about this section of Riri going to the headquarters up to Riri stopping Vision? Go ahead.
It's very confusing. Like a lot of the aspects of the episode, I was confused, and I grasped, that there was like White Vision doing his thing, and there was the Alliance or whatever, the Avengers Alliance or whatever the fuck, I got that part. And they, when they took out when Riri took out Vision, I really didn't understand what the fuck or whatever they did to her or whatever to make her into into Vision. You know what I mean? Like or whatever, like that was kind of complicated. I was kind of like, okay, like that was kind of out there a little bit,
You mean how she got the suit? You mean?
Like how that all played? Yeah, because that's kind of where we're at, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I found
you're right. You're right.
That was kind of complicated. You know what I mean? Like that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Yeah, it was very I mean, like, because we don't know if this Vision still has the hex power from One Division, and like we know that did One Division confirm that the White Vision that they built was made of adamantium not vibranium, whatever. Like I don't know, like there were just a lot of things like to remember about White Vision because he's so different from the the original Vision that we know from from Age of Ultron.
All White Vision is like a whole nother vision that somehow had like his memories activated, by Vision. So he has the memories now of Vision, or at least he did at the end of WandaVision.
Yeah. I just kind of wish I like they use Vision, but like I think it'd be better you use Ultron, because like it makes it easier, because he's like an evil robot, and like you don't have to question, like like we get the Stark built him in Age of Ultron, and like Beck kind of like found some like version of like Ultron that like was wrecked, and he rebuilt it, because with White Vision it's like so many questions. It's like I'm asking, it's like, okay, what the hell did Beck got Vision and all that?
Well, they explain in WandaVision that White Vision is a reconstruction of the original Vision, and that they put a fake stone in him to make it seem like the Space Stone, or the Mind Stone, and basically that's the reason why he's able to get the memories back. That's why the Hex Vision is able to give him his memories back, is because they're stored in there from the previous body that he had. So they explain that in WandaVision. So that is Vision. It's just he's been re-altered.
Yeah, re-altered. Yeah. No. Now I remember. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, because everyone haven't seen before, he had the Infinity Stone, and of course this new version, this remodeled version of Vision, didn't have one. They just built like a like microchip one, to like replace the Infinity the Mind Stone that he had in his forehead. And so of course the Hex Vision that we saw in WandaVision gave him his memories. Yeah Now I remember a little bit of that. Cyber, let me get to you. What you thought about this section, like Riri creating the weapon in the headquarters, up to her stopping Vision?
I guess this would be the part that I thought was probably the least stupid. Honestly, like in all of this episode, it definitely was the most, like, I felt kind of like action packed sequence. White Vision popping up and coming in and doing his thing, I thought was really fun. Them trying to hold him off and stuff like that. With the introduction of the alliance, whatever you want to call them, and I thought that part was kind of interesting. But just like Jeff, a lot of the stuff that was going on, they just didn't, I feel, make it cohesive and sound more easily accessible to what they were doing. Like, I just feel like it was spliced together and they didn't like really think of what they were doing. Now, one thing a lot of people don't realize is this season was done pretty much, the voice acting was done when the other two seasons were done, because they originally did it all as one season. So all this voiceover work was already done. It's just the animation really that hadn't been completely finished, and that's what they kind of redid here. They came with coming up with the rest of making it season 3. So I think that kind of played a little bit into it, that why probably this seemed so inept was because they were trying to add stuff in after they had already pretty much done it, to make it seem closer to where the MCU is at. So I think that's kind of a reason why it's kind of like it was. But this sequence, like I said, I think fighting Vision was fun. I thought that was decent. Leading up to her becoming the suit Vision, basically after defeating him, I was like, what the hell is going on here? I didn't get it. I didn't get how she got him to be a suit. That was just weird. And I would get it, like, if she was like taking it apart and putting pieces of him on her. I get that, but it just seems all of a sudden it's like, and she all of a sudden had it. I was like, what?
It's Ironheart time. Takes out a morpher.
Yeah, like it was like almost like Animorphs. I was like, what the hell? Like, but anyways, so I thought this was definitely better than the intro of the episode, and I had some kind of entertaining moments.
Yeah, I agree. Oh my god, yeah, that is true. It is definitely Power Rangers in that moment. That's
Dude,
very cool.
For real.
Raymond, Ramon, tell me about your thoughts on Riri in the headquarters up to her defeating Vision and becoming the new Power Ranger for this universe.
You did bring up some good points. The very creepy horniness to the whole Vision coming through the walls
and Predator.
That's right. I did love that sequence where he's just like going through each floor, like just like nothing, and he's just taking down all these guards like they're just like freaking bowling pins, and I thought that was really really cool. And I think it was Jeff who brought up the topic of how she even pulled off taking apart Vision and suiting up into quite possibly the White Ranger. But at the same time, if you think about like how this whole entire MCU universe even started, where what's his face, Tony Stark was in a cave and he built his tech in a cave with whatever scraps he had. So I kind of sort of see that reference to the first Tony Stark movie, where except in this case, it's super upgraded, super tech, super like nanotech and vibranium or whatever. So I kind of see that reference. That's kind of, I guess, like their homage to Tony Stark in the cave. You know what I mean? So I kind of sort of get that, but at the same time, like Jeff said, there was no explanation, like that, like bringing up that joke again, just bring out the morpher. That would have made more sense than just like, there's like a little story there, not a story, but her explaining like, oh, I lost everything and everybody and this and that, and there's just little shots of her just suiting up, but there's no like explanation as like, oh, did she override his system, or did she just like hammer him down and just placed it on herself, or I don't know. But they could have done a little bit with that. But at the same time, I do like the outcome of it. I did like how she looked. I like the new look. It's also, it reminds me of that Iron Man suit. I think it was also white. I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah, I know what suit you're talking about. That Iron Man suit that's white and blue or black or whatever.
Yeah, it's the Superior Iron Man.
Superior, thank you.
Yeah,
it reminds me of that suit. So there's a lot of connections to the Iron Man with again, to the whole him first building his first suit, his suit in the cave, to the most powerful one, I guess we can say. And also one little small thing that just came to mind, how Wong was protecting Riri with a spell, shielding her with a spell. And when it came down to White Vision about to break into that wall or door to reach Riri, he can't. It works. The spell worked. So magic works apparently against White Vision. But anything besides that didn't work and got Wong killed. So that part kind of confused me. I'm like, it doesn't make sense to me that, because Wong is supposed to be the superior, the supreme, and that worked. But anything else he threw at Vision, just like, no, that was a no-go. I thought that was a little bit wonky. They could have, I don't know, like I feel like Wong could have taken him down himself, I think, personally. But again, it's what if they have to give this twist throughout the entire thing. Like there's no beginning, there's no end. It's just twists all throughout. But that's just how that's what if. That's just how they work.
Yeah.
And I think that's all I got for that.
Okay. Yeah, no, it is true. One is the Sorcerer Supreme still, and he could easily defeated Vision, but I mean, we don't know if he is the Sorcerer Supreme. Like, we don't know. I mean, like, I know the Eternals happened in Phase 4, like, it's after Endgame, right? But we don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, it happens around there, right? We don't know in this what if, this version of Eternals, that it's either after or before.
No, that's true.
That's
True.
the question.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to question that, but I'm not going to
Hence,
question
what
it.
if?
So, this is good.
Ho! See what I did there.
Yes. All right, let's get into the. The more we're talking about this episode, I think it is my least favorite actually. So anyway, I gotta say, anyway, let's get wrapped up with this third act. So after defeating Beck's Lieutenant Vision, a lot of people just brought up the whole Power Ranger thing. So apparently, Riri becoming a Power Ranger. Well, what we're trying to say here, folks. So Riri had a Mark II update. So basically, apparently, she used components to become a human synthesoid hybrid suit with the vision to her technology, right? And she becomes somewhat like a superior Ironheart, as as Ramon brought up the white kind of get suit that she has in this episode. It's similar to what the superior Iron Man from the comics. So while the Alliance holds up the the Federation, the multiple security that like protects Beck in his facility, Williams infiltrates Beck's base to destroy the nanites that's powering his illusion. However, her suit fails and she loses the ability to see through Beck's illusions. We don't know why, and is lured into the prison cell, where Beck explains that he uploaded the nanites into himself, so meaning that he can control the illusions in his mind. Oh, so the nanites.
Whoa.
Yeah, exactly. So a double twist and a double twist, and so and the nanites are also killing him apparently. So he's not only the most powerful person, but he's also dying because of these nanites. So okay, so and he attempts to merge with the Vision to live longer. So Williams breaks free. Riri breaks free, and only to learn that her camera. Oh my god, I can't speak today.
A little bit of whiskey in you.
Yeah, I think I drink. I secretly this water was
Another
whiskey.
shrimp on the bob, eh?
Yes, I know this is a water bottle, but I secretly put rum in it, so I'm really drinking.
A little bit of vodka.
Yeah, it's a little vodka.
Some smalt vodka.
Please. Oh gosh. Anyway, her comrades. That's what I was saying. The comrades are dead. That's right. They're dead because everything since Vision's defeat has been an illusion. Ooh. All right, Raymond. Let me get back to you. What do you thought about Power Ranger, Superior Ironheart, up to the twist reveal that like Mysterio had nanites in him and they're killing him, and then like the whole alliance of that. Tell me about that section.
For one thing, it didn't kind of sort of make sense to me that in the beginning of the episode she was kind of, not that she could see, but she was better at guessing what was an illusion and what wasn't when she turned into the Marvel version of the White Power Ranger. It made her able to see it, but then when it started malfunctioning, she just couldn't tell at all whatsoever. Like she was better off just following her gut, because that was working way better for her than the suit itself, and that itself kind of sort of like really explains how I guess we could say like the human spirit can actually see a lot better, or just by believing, you know what I mean, just believing in yourself and whatnot. And the whole Mysterio thing, injecting itself with his tech, was just it's funny because I mean, yes, it made him pretty much the most powerful person in whatever is left over in the entire world, but it also is killing him. So that was kind of funny in itself. And the fact that my question is, was it the nanotechs that he injected himself was the reason why he was able to take control of White Vision, or was like that's another question that I had in mind. Like, did he take over White Vision before or after he injected himself? That's another thing.
Yeah.
Like that came to mind. Like if he did it with the nanotech in him, and I kind of sort of guess that would make kind of sort of sense. I don't know. It's what if, like it's designed to make you think and question and make all of the Marvel fans and comic fans just go fucking nuts. But that's what it's designed for. And the alliance thing, I mean, I like the fact that Mysterio just kind of made like that it ties back to the whole little theory I had, where I think that maybe they were able to breathe in what looked like outer space, because maybe they weren't even doing what they were doing. Maybe they were just strapped to a goddamn chair to Mysterio, like how Mysterio was, and his throne just connected to shit. And they're just like how you mentioned, they were just in a matrix, because that's impossible to do. They all would have died. They shouldn't all be alive. They would all be dead. And I like the fact that he just kind of like made his little part of his little world and what was left of it to just conquer it. And I don't know, man. I like this one because it kind of sort of makes sense with Mysterio being the villain in this one, because again, there was no world. There was no world at all. But the little bit that there was, he took advantage of his tech and his abilities and just like ruled with an iron fist, and really just he did. I feel like they did an okay job with Mysterio here, and that's all I got for this one.
Thank you. Yeah, no, that was a good point. I was like, yeah, did Mysterio control Vision for the nanites? I mean, presumably, because that explains everything why he's like a zombie. So yeah,
because I mean, with him by himself, I really doubt he will be able to pull it off.
No, especially if this was after Endgame, like if the enhanced Vision gave that Vision the memories, like
that's another one. That's a good point. Like,
yeah,
how I don't know which one of you said that he still has a little bit of hex in him, and that kind of like makes me think like it makes sense that he was able to take down Wong.
Yeah,
and also brings up the question, like, how was he able to get controlled if he still has that hex in him?
Yeah. You think of it, it's like a little like I don't know, if Mysterio have like a power stone, like a stone, then it makes sense, like because that could easily overcome him.
Yeah, but then Cyber also mentioned that it was a fake one.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, a lot of questions about how the hell.
What if, man? It's designed to keep us insane, man.
Yeah, no. You know what? You know what? It could make this episode great if Mysterio had the lizard, and then I think it made more sense. But anyway, I'm like, yeah.
We digress.
Yeah, they digress. Yes, thank you for saving me there. Jeff, let me get to you, sir. What do you thought about this section? Pirate Ranger, Riri, and then up to the twist.
I didn't really understand. I didn't understand what was going on with the nanobites or whatever. I didn't get any of that. I didn't understand it. All I know is Riri became Vision. She put the Vision skin. She put the skin on or whatever, and then like and then Mysterio was taking it off of her, and then she got it back on. That's all I know. Other than that, I have no idea what the fuck you guys are talking about.
Is such an old man ranting here. I don't get it. I don't understand these young people.
Yeah, I feel so bad now.
They lost me in that part of the episode, sir.
Yeah, I mean, Iron Man has nanotech. He built it. Like I understood that from like Infinity War, but yeah, it's just weird, like how powerful these nanites are in this episode. Anyway, we finally had our guest here. William, how you doing, sir?
How you doing? Thank you guys for having me. I do appreciate it. How y'all doing?
Pretty good.
William.
How you doing? Good to be here again. What's up, Jeff?
Hey, what's up, brother? How you doing?
Good to be here, man. Good to be here. Got off late from work, did my show, and here I am. So we are
lucky,
here.
You're lucky you just made it just in time to talk about episode 5, since that was such a big thing for you.
Man, look, the thing about it is this, and this is my whole thing about the whole What If series. And I don't know how you fellas feel about it, because I wasn't here to hear it. To me, it was so far, it's just been lackluster to me. I don't know if you guys feel that way. I just don't feel like they centered the attention around the right characters outside of the watcher. I just don't. I'm not feeling it like I'm feeling it in the previous series, in previous What If series. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I just don't feel like it's been like that. And
we've had those discussions, William. I get where you're going, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, with the characters they've chosen to be in these episodes and all that.
Yeah.
You know, it is interesting. You know what I mean? And I do think there's been a drop off too. With What If so far this season, compared to like the first season. You know,
yes,
we've had those discussions. I'm sure over at Geek Gauntlet, you guys probably had those same discussions.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And the whole thing with Peggy Carter, I know I'm gonna get some hate on this. I'm not a
Sharon Carter.
Sharon Carter. I'm not a Sharon Carter fan. I'm really not. And I don't understand
everybody, man. You can't please anybody.
What's that?
You can't please everyone. It's all right.
I just don't understand the emphasis that they put around her like that.
Peggy Carter, you're talking about, yeah.
No,
I just don't get no! I get where you're going now with Peggy. Yeah,
Peggy.
They went crazy with season 2 with Peggy.
They did. I just don't get it. I don't understand why you're doing. You could have taken this in a different direction, and to make it more interesting for everybody as fans. And there's theories out there, if you go Google them, on what they could have done to make What If better. And Marvel, for some reason, didn't listen. And it's just been lackluster. And I'm hoping we don't see this out of other shows in the future.
William, where we're at is we're 3/4
This proves
of the
my
way
point,
through.
though.
What's that? What was your point?
Go ahead, Raven.
That What If is just designed to keep the MCU fans and comic fans just fucking completely insane.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
We're almost at the end of episode 5, so we're getting towards the end of the episode. So if you want to catch up and talk about what your thoughts were overall on episode 5, have at it.
I think centered around Riri, it's like, first of all, who here likes Riri?
Who
here really look at Riri and say, I love Riri? Who says that? Nobody. And again, it comes back to what Raymond just said. The drive people crazy. You put Riri in a position that she shouldn't be in. That she shouldn't be in at all. Can you imagine if that shine went to an actual Avenger?
They've already said that there's been rumors that Marvel wished that they could have just not even done her show. They could have just thrown it out.
Yeah.
You know you know?
I don't understand. I don't get it. Why they're doing it. I don't understand it. I just don't. And Marvel needs to do a course correction on this.
I think it's just trial and error, like I mentioned earlier. They're just throwing out whatever and seeing whatever
sticks,
hits.
like a dart board. Throw whatever at the dart board and see what sticks.
That's what they're doing.
It is What If, but it does seem strange, doesn't it, William, that all these characters that they're showing in these episodes are ones we're going to see this year. Yep. You know what I mean? The Bucky, the Red Guardian and Thunderbolt, right?
Yep.
Obviously Ironheart, right?
Yep. And I get it, but does it? And I get it because you're trying to foreshadow these characters for later as they be brought onto bigger platforms. But that doesn't mean it's going to be interesting to write.
Did you understand? Did you understand episode 5? Because that's what I was just explaining. I couldn't even understand what the fuck was going on.
I didn't understand half of it my damn self. Because the thing that got me was the thing that lost me was when she became part of Vision. And what is that supposed to do? Try to elevate her as the next Iron Man or the Iron Man like character? I don't know.
Superior heart.
Man. She's not an interesting character. And to build stuff
The
around her
Heart
like
Ranger.
that, I think it really does us. I really think, but I really think when you make something off a character that's not interesting to all of your fans, you do all your fans a disjustice.
True.
I really think you do, and I don't think Riri's that chick. Where's her pedigree coming?
I don't know. I mean, well, I know Will, you're a little late here. I was saying before, like if Ironheart, the show and either Vision Quest, these characters projects were before this season 3 of What If came out,
Would have made sense.
Yeah, it could have made sense. But the fact that we're getting this before Thunderbolts, before Ironheart, blah blah blah, the projects, it doesn't make sense. Especially this episode, it's like, who the hell? Like, Ironheart. Like, I know, like, we have Wakanda Forever, but like, it's been 2 years or whatever.
Right.
It's just so weird. And in this episode, why we have these characters like Juan, Valkyrie, and then the character from Shang-Chi. Like, she should have been in the episode 6. More sense there than this episode. It doesn't make sense. I don't get what they're choosing these random characters and stuff. It's just so weird.
I just don't get the character roster for what I don't get. I get it from a standpoint of what Jeff was saying, that you're going to see these characters in bigger platforms later this year. And that much I get, but it's not like they're going to be any more interesting then than they are now. And it's not like you've done anything to show a backstory to any of them. I mean, you have to go back and look at Black Widow to have any idea what Red Guardian is if you're not a fan of the comics.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't understand it. I don't get it. I just don't. People rag on DC because all they've been centering around Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Justice League. But at least their fans know who the characters are. And at least they're being marketed in the right way. I don't know what the hell Marvel's doing.
Yeah. No, I agree. Like, you look at the shows we have at DC, like Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn is the most popular character. People know her, like, at this point. And then same thing with Batman, Kid Crusader, My Adventure Superman. Like, it makes a lot of sense than Marvel was doing. I mean, and getting back to like the episode, I want to ask your opinion about this section of the episode, William. But I think for me, I think we are going to head to a better direction after this season, after this season is over.
I hope so.
Like, because as Marvel has stated before, we're restructuring everything from the television side. Like, thank goodness last year we had X-Men 97 to show us that they're able to do a non-MCU kind of continuity version show. And the new Spider-Man show looks really good. So
it does.
Yeah, so I have confidence what they're doing with their television side, but yeah, it's just I think this season I feel like this season I feel like we didn't need it, and it felt like we needed to put this out because it was like the last reminiscence of the last regime of Disney with Bob Chapek and that,
Yeah,
and that's the unfortunate part, and it's sad because I love What If. It's a cool concept, but like. I just still I talked to my friend yesterday about What If. It's like I don't like the storyline interconnected, and it's like this show's supposed to be Black Mirror or Twilight Zone for the Marvel stuff, and it's like whatever. Anything else with them you want to say before I throw you? What should I do, Jeff? Help me out here, brother. This is all new to me now.
What you should do is you should go over to Cyber, and get his thoughts on that section of the episode, and then just wrap up the final part of the episode.
Yeah. Let me do that. Saber, sorry about the tantrum there. We have to go very deep, and thank goodness Jet control himself. But anyway, hopefully he didn't bring up White Vision penis. But hey, this is MCU Bleeding Edge, baby. We're gonna be very deep and sexual. Anyway, Saber. Saber. What do you thought about Power Ranger, Heart Ranger, as Ramon affectionately call her?
Heart Ranger. Heart Ranger.
Heart Ranger, yeah. Heart Ranger becoming Heart Ranger, up to the twist that everyone died. Like basically everyone died. And, it was all an illusion. Go ahead, sir.
So, put it simply, Power Ranger Riri was the stupidest fucking thing ever.
Preach, brother, preach.
And we already
to the
saw
choir, bro.
We already saw this in Wakanda Forever. We also said that we saw Predator too in that. So we're gonna say Predator, Power Ranger, Riri here. Her getting the Vision suit. I didn't care for it. I didn't care for this whole part, the whole illusion thing. We saw that in Spider-Man, Far From Home. We saw that already with, Quentin Beck's character, and I just don't think it added anything by showing it this way. We already know he was very hungry for Fever because he wanted to get revenge on, Tony Stark. And so I don't think that this did anything for this episode. Right. And to put it simply, I just think it was a portion to get us to the next portion of the episode. Other than that, I didn't find anything really that great from this section.
Thank you, Cyber. That was wonderful and beautiful.
I love the beginning point of it.
Yeah,
garbage.
Garbage. There's simply the Pirate Raider Riri.
That was awesome. That was awesome.
Yeah, applause to Cyber, the cybernetic half shark, half cybernetic,
half man, half shark.
Yeah, I mean that half man
shark penis.
He told me.
Those are Wakanda Forever jokes, baby. The Power Rangers and the Predator jokes, all that are all from Wakanda Forever.
Oh my god! Oh, that makes a lot of sense now. Anyway, let's wrap up this episode. I can't believe this episode was taking too long. This is how I hate this episode now. I hate you. Episode What If, episode 5. Okay, I hate you.
He can write a letter to Marvel. I hate this episode.
Episode 5 was so good we did an hour and a half on it.
That's true. I'm talking about this. Anyway, I need to move on. Anyway, so the Watcher sees this and he's telling that every story ends very tragically and blah blah blah, typical Watcher thing, right? But this is where it's so we brought up a very good point about here. The only good thing about this season so far is the Watcher. I love, as Saber brought up before, Jeffrey Wright is the perfect casting of the Watcher.
Yes.
If you are a Fantastic Four fan, the reason I'm bringing this up is that we're definitely going to see him in Fantastic Four First Steps if you understood the Galactus storyline. Mm-hmm. Because that was the first time we see the Watcher. So I can predict that he's going to put up there, but we'll see. Seeing the Watcher, seeing this, seeing Wee Wee getting like her, her Power Ranger, cybernetic thing, Vision parts getting taken by Beck because Beck has the nanites and all that, right? And like, and like he wants to become, I guess, a Megazord or I don't know, like a Mega Monster, or whatever, from the Power Ranger source ability from Riri. And the Watcher sees this, he feels so sorry for Wee Wee, and it's like, oh my god, I cannot.
Riri,
yeah,
fight,
Riri,
fight.
I cannot let this young, beautiful black woman to die. This is unfair, and like we cannot have,
okay.
Yeah, I'm going there. I'm sorry. It's like
beautiful. Okay. Yeah, beautiful. That's to be determined, but
I mean, she has good like a round like. I'm just speaking for the viewer, not me.
She look homely.
Yeah, I mean, well, nothing beats my wife, Andrew Plastic. So,
oh dang,
got you, people. Anyway, anyway, we're losing our minds here, folks, because of this goddamn episode. So like. the Watcher intervenes, like by encouraging Williams to fight back. So he kind of like did this like higher rate, like this Godzilla thing, like when Mothra is in the Godzilla movie, we get those like twin fairies. So the Watcher is that. Like he comes in and is like, we need to stop this. You're more powerful than you imagine. You need to be Godzilla, basically. And so she somehow gets up, gets her power. She does like the Super Saiyan, like as like Ramon brought up Dragon Ball C, like take like doing like a mega, sensei kind of thing, taking off all of Beck's nanites from his body, killing him and destroying the Federation. So so Beck gets get destroyed, and so Williams then projects the Ventures logo, like very Batman like she kind of like does the Ventures symbol, and it's like, oh my god, like I was like, oh my god, the Ventures symbol is gonna be crazy. Like a lot of the Ventures will come out, or no, it's just like the A. Like imagine people seeing the A and like they get confused, like what's the A means? Andreas, Andy, or Andrea, like some name
Or
like,
anticlimactic.
oh, yeah, like that. Oh,
Thank you.
Ramon, you're beautiful, man. You just nailed it. Into the sky to give hope to the survivors that this episode is going to end. And it's like, and people were happy they ended because everyone just like, destroyed the Mysterio statue and all that. So that's the end of that story. But however, elsewhere, 3 other Watchers, oh my god, yes, there's other Watchers, are displeased by the Watchers' continued interference of these multiverse, stories and whatnot. And that's cut. That's the end of the episode. So let me get William. You came into the show late. Let me put this on to you, sir. What do you thought about this like end section of the episode? With like the Watcher interviewing, helping Wee Wee to like kill Beck and seeing the other Watchers. Go ahead.
Shit, the Watcher got bored too. Just like we did. He got bored too. I gotta do something. But
That's
no,
why he interfered.
I think it's an interesting dynamic from the fact that he felt he was compelled to help Riri. I thought it was kind of cool to see because he didn't want to see the same thing happen time after time after time. So I thought it was kind of cool that he did step in to help for the cause of good. So that was cool, and it sets us up for later in the season. So I thought it was good. I just don't understand why all these motherfuckers look alike.
The Watchers. Wait,
That's a good point. That's a good point, actually.
Why they look alike? They all look alike. One might be taller than the other, but they all look alike.
Some might say that's racist.
I don't know about the racist part. But they all look like a clone of each other. I don't know if their race is built like that. I'm not sure. I have to do some research on that. But that's the only thing. But I thought it was cool that he did help Riri in order to save the day. I thought that was interesting because it shows he does have a heart. And he does show that watching over and over again, it does weigh on his conscience. So it's good to see a cosmic being have a conscience.
That's really cool.
It's true.
Yeah.
That was deep.
Yeah, that is deep. That's enough to say. Anything else, William? That's it, sir?
That's it for me.
Oh, that's good. Awesome. Thank you, sir. Yeah, to answer the Watchers, they are genetically like that in the comics.
Okay.
They kind of look like that. It's just like the Watcher is different because he acts more human, than some of them, and so like he does interfere a lot. So that's like the specialty about him. Ramon, let me get to your thoughts, sir. What do you thought about the end part? Seeing the Watcher doing his like Sordon interfering of Power Ranger Riri and like helping her defeat
poor Sordon.
Yeah, poor Sordon. Like that's what the Watcher is. But I like Sordon, and he's a better Sordon. I gotta say. What do you thought about that? The whole like end part to the other Watchers, sir.
I thought this was a just giant mockery of the Power Rangers. First off, second of all, the fight scene, it was interesting. I mean, of course, Riri had the upper hand because she was just wearing White Vision's parts like she was fucking Leatherface. And what was interesting is how that fight even like happened. Like the sucking of the pieces, like William was saying, that maybe they could have been a little bit more different. They could have gone a different direction with that, and like I don't know. It was just weird. He was just pulling that off, and like she was like the last Capri Sun in the fridge. You know what I mean? Like she was sucking the shit out of it. But I, thank you. But I did like William also mentioned the Watcher interfering, like whether it was out of boredom or whatever it was, like that was interesting, and how she kind of like got the courage and the strength to come back at him and take back pieces of Vision. And I mean the ending was like, now that I'm thinking about it now, it could have done a little bit more.
It could have been better.
Yeah, it could have been better. And
it could have been better. Mm-hmm.
That ending with the giant A, like you said, like we were expecting one at least of the Avengers to, like, you know, I don't know, Marvel Zombie at least kind of thing, like their hands coming out of the ground or something.
Yep.
But I think overall the what happened after that with the Watchers being disappointed with the Jeffrey Wright Watcher, I think this is more focusing more on the Watcher character itself, because it's leading up to that. Because we're gonna talk about it in the next one, because that's what it's leading up to, and they're not happy with the fact that he's been getting involved, and he's just gonna get it. But I think overall it's just, I mean, it was interesting. Like this is my favorite one so far out of the two. But I mean, they could have done something different.
Yeah. I agree. It could have been better. It could have been better.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I think, like, we'll get into episode 6, and before I get to you, Cyber. The reason I like episode 6 more than this episode is because we really focus on our characters. And this episode, I felt like I did not care about our main protagonist. Where, like, when we cut to the Watcher, I care more about him because, you know, I know more about him than, you know, Ironheart. You know, unfortunately, because we haven't had her. Yeah, Pyro Ranger, really, or Heart Ranger, as you know, Corey.
The one Ranger nobody wants.
Yeah, exactly. She's the cousin. Yeah, she's the cousin Elliot of the Pyro Rangers.
Yes,
everyone understand the reference.
Like she was supposed to be the Black Ranger.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Okay, anyway, I gotta move on. I'm sorry, folks. We're very uncancelled people, but
have we ever seen her break dance though?
That's true.
No.
Yeah. Anyway, or, like, if she likes Michael Jackson, or, you know,
we don't know.
Anyway, Saber, let's get into you, sir. What do you thought about the final episode of the act and all that? Tell me.
Put it simply, the best part was the Watcher. Everything else I could have done without. Basically, that giant A, I think, should have stood for anus.
Asshole.
You know, simply for the fact that maybe they raise all their anuses. I don't know. But anyways,
I'm giving the world hope.
Yeah, I'm giving the world hope. See my anus.
An A for effort.
Yep. But anyways, yeah, pretty much the end of this episode, I was happy it ended. It just was not that great of an episode. But I did enjoy the whole Watcher thing with the other 3 Watchers being angered by him stepping in. That was fun. Can't wait to get into the next episode.
All right, Jeff, any thoughts on the last episode of this?
I don't get it.
No, it was fucking bad. I mean, I mean, seriously.
Damn, Jeff, come on, man.
The whole deal with Riri and fucking and Glenn Beck or whatever the fuck, Quentin Beck, going from vision to vision against each other or whatever. They totally lost me with that shit completely. And who even gives a fuck anyway? Their whole fucking world is destroyed and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, look where they live. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They live in like the fractured earth and all this shit or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Like who gives a fuck? Like, the shit's gonna be depressing anyway. Living there. You know what I
My
mean?
thing
Like,
is, why are we overhyping Mysterio as a villain? How many times have we seen him lose to Spider-Man?
Well, whatever. It was an interesting. It was interesting.
Just saying.
It was an interesting choice of a villain. I'm fine with Mysterio. I'm just saying that putting that A up there in the sky was fucking pathetic. Like, what are you fucking kidding me? Like, the Avengers would take a shit on this episode of What If. Like, seriously. So that's all I got to say. I'm ready for let's do episode 6. It's almost 2 hours in, so let's do it.
Yeah. We're gonna rate episode 5 after we do episode 6, folks.
Here's my rating for episode 5 right now, bitch.
F.
I'll give it a 5.
Okay, Cyber.
You're being nice.
Rating.
You're being nice, Jeff. You're being uncannily nice.
I gave it a 2.
I'll give it a 1.
Okay,
I give it a 3.
3? Okay.
Yeah, 3.
I'll give it a 4. I mean, that's okay. Whatever.
I mean, it did get made, so yeah, I guess it deserves a 4.
You would have gave it a 9. If everybody else would have been like 8 or 9, you would have been like, I'll give it a 9.
I think just talking with you guys about it makes me more angry about this episode. And the only reason I didn't went down is because
that's why we do this.
That's why we go to the next episode. Let's stop talking about it. Jesus fucking
Oh
Christ.
my god!
Jesus fucking Christ!
Thank you, Cyber.
Oh my god! You know what? Fuck you guys. What I mean, not you, William, Roman. You're beautiful people. I meant Cyber.
How is that gonna tell you? I don't go that way, bro. I don't go that way.
This is the longest moderated episode, What If episode review ever. Right here.
Hopefully,
We're having fun, man.
Exactly.
We're having fun.
Exactly, we're having fun. Anyway, let's get into episode 6. I agree with Jeff here. So we go into episode 6. What If 1872? A really great episode. I really like it. I thought it was better than episode 5. Whatever. Here we really focus on our characters. It's somewhat like a spiritual sequel to the last season. Episode was it 1602? Yeah, What If 1602? And so we got another episode that's kind of similar to that. So here the Watcher give us a impromptu preview of what is this premise about. So we're in the 1860s. We see one of these other characters from the Shang-Chi universe, Shai-Li, the sister of Shang-Chi, fled to America for a better life, escaping from the Ten Rings, from her father, Wang Wu, right? For a better life, only to fall to the victim to the Hood's plan. So this is where I had to explain who's the Hood. The Hood is like this character from the Marvel universe, magical person, supposed to appear in the Ironheart show, which we didn't see. So that's
he's gonna be the villain of the Ironheart show.
Yeah, the main villain, right? And
that's cool.
That's cool. And it's going to be connected to Mephisto in the show as well. So we'll see. So the Who's plan is to enslave the immigrants in order to consolidate his power. And we kind of cut from there. So we don't know what happened to Silene. Apparently, we know that she fought the Hood, but then after that, we don't know what happened to her. So we cut into a couple of years into like another decade. That's in 1872, as this episode's been kind of titled. We see Shang-Chi searching for his sister alongside Kate Bishop, who's voice in here. This episode, thank goodness, this episode we have all the actors that voice these characters. Thank goodness. Of course, Shang-Chi is voiced by Samuel Liu, and of course, Kate Bishop is voiced by Haley Steinfeld, my other wife that I love. But don't tell Angela Bassett that. Anyway,
No.
Busted.
shut up, Cyber. Shut up.
Busted.
Yeah, busted. I don't care. I got 3 wives that I didn't tell you guys. Oh, twist and a twist. Anyway,
That's a
yes.
what if episode within itself.
Exactly. What if Andreas has 3 wives and it's a secret? Anyway,
Are you Mormon?
maybe.
He lives in Utah.
Oh god, maybe. But it is.
Did he say
honest.
maybe?
Maybe. I have to be honest with you guys. Yes, maybe. So anyway, so both of these characters wants
Just the
revenge
bottom
on
half.
yeah, yeah.
Yup.
Oh my god. Anyway, so both of these people wants revenge on the Hood for killing her family. They find a what is this? A decremented township, like an abandoned township. Get it? Fortunately, got raided, and be a boy named One Fan. So this was cool. Another character that held the Iron Fist mental. Another popular character from like the martial arts kind of mystical force area. Of course, the Iron Fist character, they had like a show. Fortunately, that's the Netflix one that is awful, but whatever.
Trash.
Yeah, trash. And the boy here like tells Kate and Sean that claims that the Hood attacked his home, his township, and left on a train and captured a lot of people from his town, including his father. So let me stop there. Let me get to Jeff. What do you thought about the beginning here? Seeing the sister again, seeing the Hood, and then up to the kid telling that the Hood kind of took over the township and riding on a train. Go ahead.
The only thing I liked was the premise of like the 1692, 92 or 1621 or whatever, the dating of the episode. I like the historical aspect of it. You know what I mean? The Wild Wild West kind of like feel.
I agree, Jeff. I agree, Jeff, on that too.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that, but then the premise they gave us with that, I really did not like it that much. It was kind of complicated again, which we already dealt with complication episode 5 already. They really aged up. What's her name?
Kate Bishop.
Kate Bishop. Yeah, like they really aged her up.
Because you saw her first, she was a kid.
Yeah, they really aged her up for this episode.
I think you muted, Jeff.
Yeah. Sorry, folks. Technical difficulties with Jeff.
No, I'm good. No
soundo.
I couldn't tell that was Shang-Chi.
That was kind of hard to recognize.
It took me a while to figure that out. Once I figured out,
I read your lips.
That was
good. Yeah. Anything else, Jeff? I'm sorry. Robo just caught me with that joke. I'm sorry. Anyway,
you're good, sir.
Liam, what do you thought about the beginning? Seeing the prelude story from the Watcher.
Like I say, I agree, Jeff. I do like the time premise in which it was set in. I do like that because you don't see it at a whole lot in modern day. But other than that, it was just a complicated mess. But the time frame was great. I love seeing it. Kind of remind me of going back to look at some younger generation comics that's set in that time zone. And some video games too, Batman by Gaslight being one. But yeah, I do love that time frame, that time period.
No, I agree. Yeah, Gotham by Gaslight is a great story. Yeah, that's why I like this episode because it reminded me of that a little bit. Saber, what do you thought about the beginning up to the kid telling Kate and Sean about the Hood raiding his township and his people?
The beginning of this episode is far superior to the last one. It gets right into the action. I love this scene where they're battling those guys in that bar after we get the prelude of his sister and the Hood. And then we also get some straight action out of the get-go leading up to, them coming across that kid. And like I said, everyone, like you were saying, it was great to see that Simu Liu and both Haley Steinfeld came back to voice their characters, which was great, which made a big difference. And that was another thing I noticed, just like Jeff said, they really aged up Kate Bishop from a character in the show into this, because this was definitely more her actual age in real life versus what they had her like being like, freshman college in Hawkeye season 1. And so that was kind of interesting. They decided to do that. And I think that, they did a good job visually really getting what, Haley Steinfeld looks like. I thought they did pretty good with the animation. And yeah, Simu Liu, because his voice was kind of like very cowboyish, it definitely made it hard to like realize that's him at first because of kind of how he's talking. It's very cowboyish. And so I think like that was kind of funny that they had him like speak like that, like that he's like actually from the West. So I thought that was kind of interesting. But this is a really good, solid start, action right out of the bat. And I think that it's really fun and just a really enjoyable start to an episode.
Yeah, I just got to say one thing. Josh Allen of the Buffalo Bills, you a lucky man. Oh, my goodness. Wow.
Well, I don't know what
lucky man.
Yeah, Saber is a lucky man. He's lucky to be a half shark, half cybernetic person, and lucky
Shark
to
penis.
have. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, so he gets to be with Haley every day. Josh Allen, you a lucky man, dude. Lucky man.
I know what you're talking about.
Football player for the Buffalo Bills.
Damn it. My beloved is taken again.
Yeah, she's taken.
Damn it. Oh well, I got other ladies I like, but anyway.
He got other ladies.
He has 3 wives, man. Remember?
Yeah, I got 3 wives. I
think he's got a harem.
Very funny, Cyber. All right, Ramon, what do you thought about the beginning up to the kid telling Sean and Kay about his township getting raided?
I have to agree with the time premise also. It's very interesting. I also find it interesting that a Asian character is also throwing a cowboyish accent in there, like a Texas accent. I heard it. Some might have pretended not to hear it, but I heard it, so that was kind of funny. Also, how they summoned Shang-Chi and Kate Bishop, like with the 10 rings of the bell, like
yes,
like
10 rings were awesome.
Yeah,
it was cool, but it was also kind of funny. It's like, so what is this, some ancient Chinese thing where it's like you ring 10 times the bell?
Ancient Chinese secret.
Yeah, like I thought that was kind of funny and interesting at the same time. And the bar fight, like Cyberneticshark also mentioned, very, very cool. Very it's a westerny kind of vibe that they were going with, again with the premise, the time and the cowboy and whatnot, so that it fit perfectly with that. And when they finally go into that town or whatever, and they find that kid, and he tells them that they took his dad in the ghost train. I thought that the name itself sounded pretty cool. And I'm not too familiar with the whole hood thing.
Me neither.
But the name itself is not only sounds creepy, but very gangster at the same time. So that's pretty cool. And again, it fits the whole thing in the time framing and the cowboy thing. It's just everything about this format was just like Western to the T, I think.
Well, yeah, and just thank you, everyone, for your thoughts. I really like it, and I agree. I feel like the premise, everything felt fit right compared to last episode. Like the hood sounded way more like a Western thing. Like if we haven't seen the Ironheart show at all, like I understood what was going on with the hood. Like it was very mysterious. Like you didn't really have to explain that. Like it didn't like it made sense in this episode compared to like last episode. I felt like this made a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So,
the more that we talk about it, the more that I'm not liking episode 5, and I had liked 5, but now I don't anymore.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, guys.
We turned it off for you.
Ramon, we want to be honest with you, and
yeah.
this episode sucks. So no offense. Okay.
When you came in, your thoughts were stupid.
No,
No, no.
the plot's not stupid. It's very. It's harsh reality.
Yeah.
Anyway, anyway, so we get back to our heroes and three of our heroes. So Shang-Chi, Bishop, and the kid find and boarded the ghost train, as Ramon brought up, the train called the ghost train, and where they discover the missing immigrants and have been brainwashed by the Hood's enforcer, Sonny Birch. I was surprised to see Sonny Birch here, he was kind of like a secondary villain from Ant-Man the Wasp, voice played by Walton Goggins. Great actor. If anyone haven't seen Justify or the new 2024 show Fallout, the game show from the game adaptation of Fallout from Amazon Prime, he's fantastic in that show. Fantastic actor. Very happy to hear him again and play this character again. Long time. And so, first off, and while they board the train, they also find, the arc reactor. They see a lot of these like conversation weapons from the start. Hammer and Cross people, of course, wrestling. Darren Cross from Ant-Man, Justin Hammer from Iron Man 2, and of course, Stark. The main, MCU hero from the MCU universe, Iron Man. So so they meet, Sonny Birch here, and and they kind of, see him talking about how the Hood is waiting for Shang-Chi to meet up, to like want to talk to him, and while they're captured, Sonny Birch tell his two men to go after for the boy, and while the boy is running up to the train, the Watcher sees this, and the Watcher helps the kid to survive and got the two men off the train. While Shang-Chi and Bishop are taken to the Hood, who is waiting for Sean in the town. We see them getting battle here, and then at the same time, Bishop is getting somewhat brainwashed by Birch, and so Birch is actually the one that he brainwashed everyone here. And then during this battle, we get the reveal of the Hood is actually a corrupt Ling, the sister. So let me stop here, and we get the reveal. The reason that we missed that part is because she killed the original Hood and stole his powers, and she's continuing somewhat the plan of trying to, and her good intention. She's like a tragic hero. She's trying to like save the immigrants from the American destruction, but like she's doing the same thing as the original Hood is doing. It's like enslaving these people. So let me stop there. So let me get to Cyber. We thought about our heroes jumping into the train, finding the finding weapons, the immigrants, up to the twist of Ling being the Hood.
So great sequence. Them jumping the train was fun. When they go over the ravine after seeing that they had Stark, Hammer, and other weapons on board, and they end up flying over that ravine, and totally made me think of Back to the Future Part 3. That was my first thing, especially how they're standing there, little kid in front, Kate Bishop in the middle, and then Shang-Chi on the end. It was kind of like Doc, Mary, and Michael J. Fox, and so it totally made me think of that when that happened. But then ended up having the twist there of Walton Goggins' character popping up, which was awesome. I absolutely love Walton Goggins. He is so freaking funny, so hilarious, and that great accent of his is always fun to listen to. There's just something great about it. Just something great about it. Absolutely love it. Just one of those things. I might be a baby here, but you know what? It's fantastic. And Walton Goggins is one of those people that he can play all kinds of different characters, and he's just is always good at those characters. And even this small part in Ant-Man the Wasp was fantastic. And so having him pop back up was great. Him actually voicing his character was great. So I was really happy about that. But finding out that he's the one hypnotizing everyone, that was kind of interesting, because I'm like, he didn't have any powers in Ant-Man the Wasp. So once again, that great what if, specialty. And then finding out that, this whole time that the person they're going after or trying to find is actually playing the Hood, Shang-Chi's sister, and you're like, what the hell? Because I was actually saying a little earlier, I was like going, I wonder if it's going to be Wang Wu. I wonder if it's actually going to be, Wang Wu that's actually the Hood. And I was like, and then when it popped up and it was her, and I was like, what the hell? Oh, gosh, what a twist here. Oh, it was going to be either one I had a feeling about because we hadn't seen the sister in years and stuff like that. So I was kind of like, well, I kind of already figured it out. So this is fun. But, overall, I think it's a great sequence, really fun, lots of great action, and just kind of, way more entertaining than the previous episode.
Nope, I agree. Jeff, your opinion on this section of heroes aboarding the train and the twists and turns of Sonny Birch and the Hood, sir?
Yeah, bringing Sonny Birch back was great. Obviously, Walter Goggins is really great. He's always solid in everything that he does. You know what I'm saying? So that was a great callback from Ant-Man 2, to bring him back. Besides that, I don't really have much else to say, to be completely honest with you. I mean, I dig Shang-Chi. The Hood is an interesting villain. I don't know that much about him really, but he's an interesting villain. I dig obviously what's her name? The new Hawkeye, right? Kate Bishop,
Kate
right?
Bishop, yeah.
Yeah, I dig Kate Bishop, so
Hot Bishop.
The twisted turns weren't really all that shocking, really, or anything like that, I could have done without the stupid kid that they had with them or whatever that they picked up or whatever that kid.
Annoying.
Who gives a
annoying.
Kid?
The kid was annoying.
Yeah, I thought the kid was gonna have the Iron Fist powers because if you're gonna have an Iron Fist descendant, then
he ended up adding nothing to the team.
I think a lot of us were kind of also expecting that, especially because they mentioned the rings a few times when they mentioned the kid. I'm like, oh, okay, we're gonna see that happen.
The kid gonna do something. The kid gonna do something, and the kid does nothing.
He didn't do shit. He was just a really bad secondary character.
You want them Digimon kids.
oh my god, Digimon.
Or like a great grandkid of Bruce Lee or something.
Yeah,
Like
something. Give me a backstory or something with the kid.
Yeah, I thought the kid was gonna be the author of the original fortune teller or something.
Right.
Yeah. But anyway, for Chinese food in America. But anyway, Ramon.
Rah 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 rah.
Oh my god, Ramon, tell me about your thoughts on our heroes on the train, and then the twisted turns of Sonny Birch and the Hood being the sister. Go ahead.
I liked the horse ride to the train. That again, it's sticking to the whole Western thing, and cowboys on horses chasing trains, kind of a classic thing in the Western movies. So that was a good thing. And the part where they actually get into the train and see all the tech, I thought that was interesting, because in the beginning it was just, Western movies is just dirt, boots, spurs, shootings, bar fights, and then it gets into the train, and then it's like all this futuristic fucking thing, and it's like, okay, there's the what if, the what if.
Yep.
And then the more they get into the train, the deeper they get into the train, we see all these refugees in some sort of trance. That was pretty cool. That was also very creepy. I like that. The little kid finds his dad, and then they get caught by what's his face? What was the character's name again? Sonny was it?
Yeah,
Sonny Birch. Which, by the way, because all y'all mentioned what's his name, Walton Goggins, and when I think Walton Goggins, I think of Peter Weller, aka the young RoboCop.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I see that. Anyways, I think of young Weller. Anyways, so the character itself, the Sonny character, I honestly did not. You mentioned he was like in the Ant-Man movie. Never would have thought of that. I need to start paying a little bit more attention. But the Sonny character was actually pretty interesting. I like that he was the one who was in charge of the whole capturing of the refugees, hypnotizing him to do his every bid. He stole all this futuristic tech, and how he just worked closely with the excuse me, mysterious hood character that I'm not very familiar with. And the again, I expected a little bit more of the kid because, like I said, they brought up the rings a few times when they mentioned the kid, but he was just but at the same time, uh, the Watcher did save his ass in the train though, and that was the reason why I was thinking like, oh, okay, we're gonna expect a little more of this little kid, but then we didn't, and that it kind of throws the Watcher even saving him to begin with. He should have just not to
It's like
be
you
a
wonder. It made you wonder why he did it, didn't it?
yeah, it makes me wonder why, and not to sound like a dick, but I mean like
Right.
he should have just let the kid die. He
Yeah.
knew he was going to, and there was no purpose. But whatever.
Wasn't no purpose for him to live.
Yeah, he like how William mentioned, like he couldn't bear it anymore watching this thing play over and over again. That he's just like, fuck it, why not, right?
Right.
Whether out of boredom, like again William mentioned, because what if it's just driving us all fucking nuts, but whatever. And the ending was also the twist to that. Kind of sort of saw it coming. At the same time, I didn't, because in the beginning they did mention that the sister was captured, quite possibly killed off. But then turns out that she is actually the Hood herself. The fight scene was very cool. You got to see all of Shang-Chi's moves like we did in the movie. And what's it called? When it came down to what was her? I can't pronounce her name. Xiling. Killing Shang-Chi, and we all know she was gonna do it because she was obviously drunk with power, or drunk with the Hood's power, that she was gonna fucking do it. And the fact that Kate or Hot Bishop finished her off.
We're not there yet, Robo.
We're not. Okay. My bad.
I was no worries, sir. Yeah, but yeah, I know what you were saying. Yeah.
Hashtag Hot Bishop.
Yeah, Hot Bishop. Yeah. My former wife, now divorced.
Oh.
Damn, I divorced already? Damn.
Yeah, in the future, it's
celebrity
like
weddings.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3. My marriage to her lasted like at least 990 hours compared to Kardashian and that other football player. Whatever.
Hey,
my math sucks, but that's
no alimony and no child support. You can't beat that, bro.
That's true. That's true.
You can't beat that, bro.
All right,
especially with Avenger, bro.
Yeah. Anyway, oh my god, you guys are funny. Oh god, I love this. Anyway, William, tell me about your thoughts on the heroes boarding the train, and finding the Hood's enforcer Sonny Birch, and then like the Watcher helping the kid, and then the end point is Shang-Chi finding out that his sister is the Hood. Go ahead.
The only part I really thought that was cool was seeing the tech.
Yeah.
Seeing the tech in that particular time frame, I thought that was really cool. The way they boarded the train was cool too, but just to see that tech there for that little bit in that time frame when you saw nothing but, like Raymond said, dust and dirt and horses, to see that amount of tech, that level of tech in that scene, that was awesome. That was awesome.
That was
awesome for me. And to see toward the end, well, I'm not gonna say because we ain't gotten there yet, so I'm not gonna say. I'm gonna wait. I'm done.
Okay. Thank you, William. Anyway, let's get into the end of this episode, so we can wrap it up. So blah 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 blah. What the hell? Okay. Birch confesses his so during this time of the fighting, we kind of gonna go into everything with Birch and the Hood, and Sean and Bishop here, we get this confirmation that Birch confesses that he did kill Bishop's parents, and he like during this time he's like attempting to brainwash her, just like the immigrants, until the kid, Iron Fist kid, rings the bell. Great, really cool payoff for like the term ring bell that we heard at the beginning here. It frees the prisoners and allowing Bishop.
The Chinese chiclet.
Yes, yes, that, and so allowing Bishop to knock Birch out completely and get away from the brainwash, and at the same time Shang-Chi refuses to join or fight Shiny, and because Shiny is doing the evil monologue, my brother, join me, please. I can offer you this great, delicious Chinese food. And
join the dark side.
Join the dark side. And join our delicious dinner of egg rolls in...
join the dark side of the ancient Chinese secrets.
Ancient Chinese secret now.
Yeah.
We have all the fortune cookies.
Yes, we have them
all the fortune cookies that tell us everything about America in these horrible ways. Anyway.
Unlimited wontongs.
Yes. So anyway, but unfortunately, before Silent gave us the truth about the fortune tellers and she gave it before she offers the great deal of food, she unfortunately gets killed. So no egg rolls, no noodles, no
sopa noodles. Damn.
Yeah, no sopa noodles.
Damn.
No sweet sour chicken. What else? Egg fouillon, all that. So we're not gonna get that in this episode. So she dies, and later the pair observes. So everything is defeated. We see the actual hood flees during the snow. We don't see it again. So later on, we see the pair, our heroes, Kate and Sean Lee, observes the kid with ruining his father and the immigrants, and rides up into the sunset. Then we come back to the Watcher. The Watcher is punished by the other Watchers from last episode for his interference and causing shards of the subterranean to spill into the multiverse, and then cut. So that's the end of the episode. So let me start with Ramon. What do you thought about the end of this episode? Do you like it, dislike it? Where's your thoughts on the last episode, these last moments?
To leave off where I stopped, because we haven't gone there yet.
Yeah.
The end of the fight was touching. It was very touching. The whole brother sisterly thing. How Shang-Chi just kind of put his defenses down and literally on his knees, just telling him that wasn't her. Doesn't believe her. She was his hero. Blah blah blahs and that, and then she goes on, like you said, her evil monologue as she's resisting to kill him, but because she's again drunk by the power of the hood, she was gonna do it, but Hot Bishop from a distance with her sharpshooting, or should I say, oh my god, what was that? What was that name? The kid, kind of the character of the in
Iron
this
Fist kid?
Yeah, or I couldn't think of a clever name, but anyways,
Yeah.
so yeah, she shoots her from afar, kills her off, and what was kind of cool, it's all kind of tying in with the maybe not so much of the whole timing of the Western thing, but that brotherly sisterly thing, where she kind of just dies in Shang-Chi's arms, and Kate Bishop is standing behind him apologizing. I didn't know, and then Shang-Chi pulling, whether it being a wise brotherly thing or whatever it is, he just kind of you didn't kill her, the hood did. And I'm like, whoa, that was fucking poetic. And up until the last part, where the rest of the Watchers are very, very displeased.
That's the part I liked.
Yeah. With Jeffrey White's the Watcher, and they they put the hammer, they lay the hammer down, and they just like do the, how you mentioned that they put him up against the, what was it, the time
A time was it observatory?
that,
Observatory. Yeah.
and then the pieces, shards of time break and fall in, or not fall, but like fly into nothing. So I'm really hoping that is Marvel's way of saying, we're sorry, we're gonna, those pieces of shards are our way of kind of like fixing it up, because again, the 5th episode was my favorite, and after having this entire discussion with you guys, I'm thinking to myself, okay, maybe it wasn't that great. So this one totally beat it, and I'm hoping those pieces of time that the Watcher broke are going to be something that's going to be kind of sort of fixing that up a little bit, and quite possibly, you know, bringing in characters like how everyone's been saying that everybody knows, and that's going to make sense. Like bring up a team that actually is going to make sense. And I think that's really all I got. But
It just can't be any team though.
Can't be any team. Yeah, that's right.
It just can't be any team.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
William, your thoughts on the whole end of the episode, sir?
I just like the Watcher getting got. I love seeing the Watcher get got.
Yeah.
I mean, if you go back, really, if the Watcher messes up enough, this could be like a war of the Watchers. The Watcher that we know gets from people on his side. The other Watchers get maybe a war of the Watchers. But I do like to see him get got, because it shows that, yes, you may be godlike or a demigod or whatever the case may be, but even for you, you do have to face consequences for whatever your actions are. And I thought that was kind of cool to see in that case. So I love to see him get got. And we'll move forward from there. But that was my favorite part.
Thank you, William.
That.
Awesome. Love it. You're amazing. Beautiful person, sir.
Thank
Cyber.
you.
No, bro, William. You're awesome, man. Cyber, give me your half shark, half cybernetic mind on the last part of the episode, sir.
The episode completely ends pretty well. I enjoyed it. After we have discovered that, that Shang-Chi's sister is the Hood, and they end up fighting, we get that great action sequence that's very similar to fighting in the actual Shang-Chi film. And, basically we end up having them, fight kind of to the end, and then him kind of giving in and like, you got to do what you got to do, but I won't kill you, blah, 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 type of deal. We have Kate Bishop getting out of the trance from, Sonny, and taking back the train, kicking all the people's butts, and freeing all the other immigrants from being in a trance. And, basically she ends up popping up and shooting, Shang-Chi's sister. And you're kind of like, really? You got to kill her? I'm like, damn. And I'm thinking to myself, well, I mean, that once again, like, I kind of knew that whatever happened, somebody was going to die, and they ended up killing her off. I'm like, oh, yeah. But anyways, I thought they did a good job there. And I thought the choreography was really done well, animated style.
Yes.
And then when we get to the, the Watcher and the other Watchers being pissed at him, it's just pure cinematic, beauty. Them getting all pissed and pushing them up against the edge of their little sanctum time wall and breaking it, and pieces of it falling down towards Earth are like freaking sweet. You're just thinking, ooh, is that saying that the multiverse is finally coming to an end? Kind of deal. And I think that's kind of cool, and it'll be interesting to see how they wrap that up, in further episodes. But I think it's a really solid, strong ending to a really fantastic episode.
Watcher's gonna get it.
Yeah, he's gonna get it. He's gonna get it.
Yeah. Oh my god, it's crazy. The next episode next Monday is going to be our last, which is crazy of the show.
I thought this show was gonna be longer than 9.
I thought so, but then I checked. It was like 8 episodes. They cut one episode out. So
Okay,
weird.
okay.
Yeah. It was weird when I saw
They
that.
cut off an episode when Riri came back.
Oh my god, no! No! I need to move on. Anyway, we're
And the anus symbol.
The anus symbol.
Yes.
No, I thought the A for asshole, as Jeff said before.
What do you think? What do you think the A is inside of a circle?
I thought it was like an arc reactor.
Yep. I agree.
Yeah. Oh my god, Jeff, brother, you're being quiet there, sir. Tell me about your last thoughts of the last.
Stone of
I
his
don't
mind.
really. I don't have much really to give, but what everybody else already kind of said. Like, I mean, it rounded out like the way that you thought it would, kind of. I guess it played out kind of westerny, and it was interesting. I guess the flip, the flip of the villain being the sister was kind of interesting, I guess. But overall, I thought that it was a weaker episode. 6 was than episode 5. Episode 5 was confusing. The episode 6 I thought was a little bit weaker. And that's pretty much it.
Okay. Yeah. Just my last thoughts. I thought this was a better. I think this is my personal favorite episode. I think this is the strongest episode of the bunch we saw this season.
Yes.
For the final 2 episodes, in my opinion, I think it does a good job of doing what if premise. It focused on its main characters, right? Then just focused on the Watcher, like episode 5 did, or some of the other episodes. And
Mine is the kid.
yeah, minus the kid. Yeah, the kid was really bad. But yeah, and I like Shang-Chi in the movie as well, so I was happy to see Shang-Chi again because we're gonna be waiting for so long with that sequel, so I was happy to see him again. And same thing with Kate Bishop. So ratings, boys.
Hot Bishop.
Yeah, Hot Bishop. I love Hot Bishop, my former wife.
Hashtag.
Yes, hashtag former Bishop. Jeff, your rating, sir, of this episode 6.
I'll give it a 6.5.
Awesome. Cyber rating.
I give it a 10.
Awesome.
Oh, wow.
Ramon, tell me your thoughts. Use the force. What's your
Use
rating?
the force.
Yeah.
Use the 21.1 gigawatts.
Go on.
I'm probably gonna have to give this one. I'm gonna give it a 9. Doing a 9.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Rebel, sir. William, your use the force / Spock powers. Tell me what your
I believe in the heart of the cards, damn it. I'll give it an 8.2.
Okay. It's reasonable. I like it. Okay. All right. So I would be this crazy kid because I love Shang-Chi. I love my wife, Kate Bishop, former league wife. I'll give this a 10.5 out of 10. I don't know if that doesn't make sense.
You get a 10.5 for what?
Just be my favorite episode of all time. I'm like,
10.5?
Because,
yes.
because Kate,
You can't go above 10. Sorry. You just can't.
you can't go above 10. Not even for Kate. As bad as she is, you can't even do that.
Okay. Well, you know what? I can do whatever I want at this point.
No, you can't.
I'm monitoring this show tonight, folks.
He pulling
Damn
rank.
Yes, I'm monitoring this fucking show. No, I was great whatever I'm great in this show.
She
right
didn't come at him with the child support.
That's
Is
true.
why.
That's true. No
That
child
gives-
support,
that
no
gives her a
alimony. You
bonus.
good, dog.
Wait. My kid is a robot, actually, so I don't have to pay child
How the
support.
fuck did that even come about?
You ain't lying for real.
Anyway,
The hell?
We used a metal condom, okay?
Yes, we did.
Doing that later.
It's half human, half Andreas, half baby, half robot. Okay, I'll lose it by now. Anyway,
That doesn't even make sense.
yes, I know.
If we get to the backstory later, you're gonna have to make that make sense sometime.
Yeah, I'll send you
Okay.
guys the video. Jeff, please plug us out. Thank you everyone for
Okay.
joining us tonight. Sorry it went so long, but hey, we
You
got a lot
good,
of
bro.
guests
I
here.
had fun.
Yeah, it was fun time, guys. Thank you so much,
Okay.
Raymond. And William, it was great to see you guys. You guys were amazing. Jeff, go ahead. Take it.
Raven, Booze and Chill.
Yeah, that's me right there. This is the part where I plug in?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
This is all you, brother. Unless you want me to do it for you.
So I review alcoholic beverages from beers, all kinds of styles, cocktails of all kinds, spirits
Watch your show, bro.
of all kinds as well. I also break down music videos, movie trailers, full movie watches. That's kind of the sort of new thing that I've done. Just old stuff, stuff that you're actually able to actually watch on YouTube without getting the copyright bullshit.
Without getting flagged.
And it's fun times. I kind of do what you guys do here, except with a drink in hand and just having fun conversations and just bullshitting around. It's my virtual bar, as I've been calling it now.
Oh my God, you did a Tubi Christmas horror movies? Tubi has some horrible fucking movies.
They do.
Hey,
Yes,
but not all of them. I watched a few. Some of them are all right, actually.
Yeah. Some of them are okay. Yeah, I do agree with Ramon.
But yeah, I do also admit that there are some terrible ones that I wish that I never actually watched. That I'm never gonna get my time back again. But the good ones, though, those were good.
There you go, folks. I've been on Booze and Chill before. Andre's Pop Culture Guy's been on there before. We love Raymond. Good to see you again, brother.
Lives every Thursdays.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
Forgot
right.
to plug that one in.
There you go. Thank you very much. We appreciate you, Raymond. All right.
Thank you so much.
Geek Gauntlet Podcast. I'm pulling you up, sir. Hold on.
That's what she said.
There you go.
All right. That is me right there. The Geek Gauntlet Podcast. Got a host, got a cast of thousands talking about anime, talking about comics, talking about gaming, talking about a whole plethora of everything that goes on in the world of geek. You can catch us every Saturday night at 10 p.m. Eastern on Twitch, on YouTube, Feast of Fandom's YouTube page, also on Elite Sports and Entertainment Network. You can catch us over there as well every Saturday night at 10 p.m. Please come on in and join us.
Thank you, William.
Good times.
Good to see you again, brother.
Good to
It's
see
been
you,
a long
man.
time since we've had William on the MCU's Bleeding Edge. It's good to see you, brother.
Good to be here.
Number 23. Everyone chug right now.
Let's go.
We're not drinking like we ain't drinking like
dude.
that.
You followed me all the way over here. This guy is always in my lives, and he always makes me chug.
Chug,
Nice.
chug.
All right.
Love you, 23. Love you.
Chug.
Revere MVP, bro. Thank you.
Cyberneticshark, sir. Cyberneticshark.
Yes, sir.
Cyber.
All right, guys. So if you enjoy me here on the podcast, either as a moderator or on the panel, you can check out my solo content. You'll find me under Cyberneticshark on pretty much every platform you can think of. YouTube is my homepage. As you can say there, my most recent review is, of course, for Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Really great film. If you haven't seen it, check that out. Also, as you can see there, I got my Superman trailer reaction up, along with the review of Mufasa the Lion King as well.
Mufasa.
Just recently watched a movie last night called The Front Room. Put up a mini short of that. That movie is definitely one that, just like some of them said about some Tubi films, I wish I had never watched. It is very, very horrible. I can't believe I even watched it.
Garbage.
It's just garbage. It's actually directed by Robert Eggers, who did The Witch, just recently did Nosferatu. It's done by his brothers. His brothers are also filmmakers, and yeah, and I don't know what their source material was, but they did not play it out very well. So
trash.
It's pretty much crap. You can check it out for yourself if you like to see it, but check out the little mini review there. It'll tell you everything you haven't heard here.
What was the name again?
The Front Room.
The Front Room. Okay. Noted. Not watching.
Yeah. Pretty much. Definitely watch The Mousetrap instead. A lot better horror film. But anyways, yeah, be having more stuff up for you guys soon. More trailer reactions, more reviews, stuff like that. And keep on trucking, keep on watching, keep on subscribing. And definitely check out my Patreon page if you haven't checked it out. Give it a whirl. And then as well, just keep on trucking and watching us here on the MCU's Bleeding Edge. We appreciate you all.
I feel like I have to write down all my plugins. I missed a lot of shit.
At the massage parlor, they have a front room. That's where you pay. That's where you pay for your massage before you go in the back room. Then you go in the back room.
Isn't that? Well, yeah, I guess. Good point, Jeff. Good point.
At the massage parlor, baby. Andre, stop on the massage.
Are we muted? What's going on? It's
You're muted, Time Cop.
Okay, thank you so much. When Rose said we're muted, I was like, what the hell's going on? Anyway, thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you guys enjoyed this show. I hope my moderation was good. Please give me feedback. So I can be better and improve as a moderation on the MC Bleeding Edge. Just want to thank everyone here, Ramon and William, to join us today. This was
some
really
feedback.
Fun. Yes, give us some feedback. Yes. Shut up, Simon. Shut the hell up. Shut up. As the guy in Batman 89, the thug, say to his other thug, shut the hell up. Anyway, I posted recently my Superman 78 comic read there, Brainiac Chapter 5. Check that out. 2 days ago, I did my Man Mask Beyond the Thunderdome 40th Anniversary tribute. Check that out. This Sunday, I got my new live stream view on with the Three Amigos. Hopefully, it's on the John Carpenter film In the Mouth of Madness. Great horror film. Having this big anniversary today, and that's gonna be Sunday, 9:40 p.m. Eastern. Please join us. Will be fun, and plus me, Jeff, and hopefully Saber can join, and we can do some trailer reactions on two big trailers that came out last December. That's 28 Years Later, which you saw there in the page in the videos, and hopefully Superman, the new trailer that came out towards the end of December, which was fun. And I was going to do another live stream. That's going to be a solo one for me, where I'm going to talk about Superman and Lois for the season 4 talk, where I can just talk about in general my thoughts on the final season of Superman and Lois. That's the end of the era of the CW TV superhero show. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna have this week. I had something personal last week, so I was kind of slow in terms of content. So hopefully this week I gotta pick up my content. So thank you everyone for your patience, and hope you guys have a good night.
All right.
You.
Well, thanks to everybody that came on the MCU's Bleeding Edge tonight. We appreciate you, William, Raymond. Good to see you, brother. Great job, Andre, Cyber. Appreciate you, bro. We're out of here, folks. We'll see you on Friday for Fright Night.
Jimmy's.
Yeah.
Can't
right
wait.
now.
Haven't watched it in
I felt natural.
I haven't watched it in like 30 years.
He dedicates 8 hours a day role-playing as a toddler.
I'm in baby mode on and off all day.
And Jess's daddy is caring for her.
I'm 20, but not really because I'm 5.
Adopted mommy and daddy who are totally comfortable with me being a